And on behalf of the Victorian Amateur Football Association and our major sponsor, Sports Cover, VAFA board and staff and family welcome you to Sports Cover Arena today for the Premier B Grand Final between University Blues, led by their coach Quinton Gleeson and captain Jack Watts, and Old Carey, led by their coach Glenn Cox and their captain Cameron Howard. I'd like to invite Matilda Sholly to come forward and sing the Australian National Anthem.
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strings and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Well done.
Warm-ups before they take their place in the Premier B Grand Final. It's Uni Blues and Old Carey, Kim Petrucco, Johnny Cannis. Final thoughts, observations and a tip from both of you.
Go for it, Johnny. I'll let
Okay.
you go first.
Well, look, if Blues go out and play the way they want to play, I think that they just may have too much strength all over the ground for Carey. If they are off, then it becomes a very, very different story. But
John Cannis, first 5 minutes in a Grand Final, what are the important things that you need to do?
keep it simple, hit in hard, suck it in, like really, understand you're going to burn, you've got to give everything out, you've got to give a good account of yourself every time you go to the ball. You've got to, if you can't take the ball up, you've got to apply pressure and nullify the situation and just find your feet. Take your opportunities when they're there, but above all else, keep it simple until you find your feet. Shore things up.
We're joined by Andrew Leonard. Andrew, very good work out there out on the ground as Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you very much, Chris. It's exciting. I'll tell you what I noticed is I was out there for the coin toss between Jack Watts and Cameron Howard. Of course, they know each other so well from playing a lot of rep footy together. And it was Wattsy, Housey. Good luck, good luck. One word each, and then they did the toss, and it was straight into it. You could feel the tenseness in both of the two captains, and it was exciting. You see the look in their eye, and you shake their hands and say good luck, and they're just very business as usual.
Blues look to be kicking with the wind by the fact that Lachlan,
certainly it was the breeze. Breeze definitely favouring the Glen Huntly Road end of the ground. Certainly when you're standing in the middle of the ground here at Sports Cover Arena.
What sort of breeze, what sort of strength did you think, Andrew?
A couple of goals.
Couple of goals.
Yeah.
Very similar to yesterday, really, isn't it? I mean, you can certainly play into it. If you're having a shot from 45, you're probably not going to get there. The wind will just cause the ball to die. Need to kick flat and hard into it. But,
So, Andrew Leonard, we've had tips from each of us. We've just got to go to yourself and David Speedy. First to you, who do you like this afternoon?
Blues by 4 goals.
Blues by 4 goals. We've got David Speedy down on the boundary. Dave, who do you like to complete the quintet?
I'd like to be close, but I think Blues by about 5 or 6 goals.
Okay, so all 5 of us are going for the Blues, but as Kim Petrucco and John Cannis have said, this is a grand final and stranger things have happened. Uni Blues are the warm favourites. 15-3 throughout the season, a percentage of 219, won their first final, straight through to the grand final, had the week off. Old Carey done it the hard way. They've won semi-final and then a preliminary final last weekend to qualify in this afternoon's Premier B Grand Final action. Just about ready to get underway here at Sports Cover Arena, and to get us underway with the opening bounce is Andrew Leonard.
Bongetti going with Muggerman as the early matchup. He's done a great job in the last couple of weeks. First knockout, though, going Blues way. Williams got it down at the back towards Summers. Couldn't quite gain possession. First kick forward, though, comes for Old Carey. Reid takes it centre half forward. Brashes into a strong tackle. Townley going with Reid in the early stages, and he wraps him up just inside the centre square. Just forward to centre for Old Carey. Thrown up. Taken out by Howard. Kick was smothered. Came off the side of the boot. A couple of players dive over the football. McLeod going in hard with Hayes. And another bounce.
Interesting, Hayes pushed up there to that contest, left locking McQueen with Scamble, and the Carey backline actually changing the mix of their backline.
So ball up, knocked down by Williams. The Blues can't get it. Crowther gets a handball for Carey going forward. Putting his head over the footy there was Parker, can't get it. But Blues take it out up the line. Looking there for Hines, goes over his head. He doubles back. McQueen, Miss Campbell reads in the chase for the footy, but he's happy to see the ball go out of bounds. Left half forward, Uni Blues in attack. So we've travelled a minute this opening quarter thanks to Sky High Man down. No score yet in this afternoon's match.
Throw in to take place, 55 around from the Blues goal. Crowther over the top. Bongetti took it. Good strong tackle on him there by E. And we'll have a ball up as Bongetti couldn't get boot to ball. I think he made a last minute decision to let it go to ground rather than kick Skewiff away up towards the wing. Crowther and Williams. 0-all draw really on that occasion. Rice gathers. Just took his time, hand passed it backwards for Cremeen. That trickles over the boundary line and out of bounds. Another boundary throw in. So a flattish couple of opening minutes for Sky High Mount Dandenong. On 96.5 Inter FM, of course, watching on Channel 31 or VAFA TV.
So ball thrown in, spills over the back, no one's able to get it. His head over the footy there is Jocelyn, wins a free kick for Carey. So taking it right up, back handball back from Rotary, called for it. Crowther does well though for Carey. Handball into a teammate between Miss Campbell and plenty of pressure. Did he have a chance to get rid of it? The umpire says no prior opportunity. We'll have a ball up, centre half forward, Uni Blues in attack.
Classic case of the hand pass to the man calling for it when he shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
So Hines belts it forward for Uni Blues, goes 5 or 10 metres, going back ways, Cremeen gives off a diagonal, the handball to a teammate to put him under a lot of pressure. McQueen, Miss Campbell just goes with a big right foot boot, looking for Steve Fremantle, can't get it, knocked away from him by his Uni Blues opponent, and we'll have good effort there by Nice, and we'll have a boundary throw in left half forward, Uni Blues in attack.
So throw in to take place pretty much in a similar spot. Hasn't moved out of this little square area for the last couple of minutes at least as we tick over into the 4th minute of the game.
Wind has picked up there. Flying into us, very unusual wind here.
It is.
As far as the direction goes.
Thrown in. Crowther got the knock away. Johnson immediately tackled strongly there on that occasion by Cunningham. Ball came free, but umpire already called for a bounce.
Been very busy, the big ruckman, hasn't he, Crowther?
Yeah, it started well.
Coming to do the ruck work now, Keldo. Crowther knocks it away. Rice tries to crash through. Good tackle put on him. Seen over by McLeod. And we'll have yet another stoppage. Very flat start here.
Very flat start, but pleasing the big crowd because it's right in front of them.
Yep, David Speedy at boundary.
Interesting, the wind has picked up. It's probably a 2 or 3 goal breeze now. And also Uni Blues, the second game in a row, starting Ripon on the bench.
So 3.5 minutes travel, thank you Dave, in this opening quarter, Premier B Grand Final. Fighting his way through is McGovern, can't get it. Uni Blues tracking backwards now, Caldwell gets it, kicks it inside 45 to the hot spot. Ball in dispute, no one can pick it up. Diving there is Bongetti, quick handball out here, comes to Summers, first kick on goal, round on corner with the Blues, and he's kept it. So opening scorer of the Premier B Grand Final goes to Peter Summers for Uni Blues. It's one straight Uni Blues. Old Carey yet to score. Travelled 4 minutes opening quarter. That score on the Is My CV scoreboard.
There's some very good play there in those sort of scrimmages.
Dirk Hines put his head down over it and caused the spill out, and then some quick hands to Pete Summers, who was good enough to throw it onto his boot in the right direction, really.
Well, that's been a highlight of their game in the other finals that we've seen with Blues, where they work very hard to get the ball out and then create something out of it.
Throw up in the middle of the ground. Bongetti hand pass out. Crowther just spilt the football. McLeod went in. Kick away from McLeod. Free kick going Carey's way, being hold on Crowther. He can send them inside 45 for their first time today. Can they muster a response? Big contingent of Old Carey supporters behind the goals, which we haven't seen in the first couple of finals today. Kick in from Crowther up to full forward, and Laidlaw comes out and takes the mark.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
25
more than he did in the first last week.
Yes, absolutely.
Came from a long way back there, so pretty slack defending from the Blues backmen. Just allowed him to come through and actually take an uncontested mark and free back. So he should kick this.
Just kicked the 1 goal last week, Laidlaw, after he missed the first final. It was a late withdrawal. but he's in today, and he kicks from 30 metres and kicks a goal. So it's 1 goal apiece there in the grand final. Uni Blues 1 straight 6, Old Carey 1 straight 6. Is my CV scoreboard for Sky High Mount Dandenong, 5.5 minutes first term.
Well, I must say, I like the way that he attacked the ball there. I mean, full stretch, a good strong mark overhead.
Went late and hard at it, didn't he? Went late and hard, but does it beautifully, and then kick truly has completely different body language about him today than last week.
That'll lift his confidence, as Andrew said. Only the one major last week, Laidlaw, but already won in the opening minutes of this grand final. Uni Blues get the takeaway though. It's through Rippon. Goes with the right foot, looking behind. One grab, can't take it. Fighting hard at ground level. More dispute. Blues kick it right to the goal line. Lockie McQueen, Miss Campbell, dragging back. And Mark Tuckley. That's ball forward by Patrick Gardner. And he will kick the goal only 10 metres out, slight angle.
Yeah, it's deceptive. We saw him play his first game, Ken, out at the Scotch about a couple of years ago when they got hammered. And he's just been learning on the way through. He's a young kid, but that was a good contested mark. Got rid of his opponent late. Should kick it from 5 metres out.
So Gardner, ever so slight angle. 10 metres out, kick on its way. Goalkeeper goes a little to his left, but all straight through the middle, and all clear for Uni Blues' second goal. They go to 2 straight 12, lead by 6 points over Carey. 1 straight 6, travelled 7 minutes. First quarter brought to you by Sky High Mount Dandenong, and that score on the Is My CV scoreboard.
Well,
Cam Williams.
Goal umpires could be busy if this is an indication.
Yeah,
of 4 goals in 7 minutes.
Yeah, it's good to see. Cam Williams is coming back on the ground with his beak bound. Yes. Must have caught one in the nose there early on. So back in the middle.
McMahon in there as well. Williams almost took clean position, ripping over the top of it. Bongetti picks up the football though and is immediately tackled. And we'll have a secondary bounce. Rippon, of course, runner-up in the, well, no, third place he finished in the end in the Moore medal in the count on Wednesday night. Williams got the knockdown, came out to Howitt though, kicked it inside off the right boot up towards attacking 45. Smithwick comes out and takes the mark on his chest, uncontested.
Same deal. Just lack of awareness from the Blues defenders with the ball dropping in both cases. Smithwick and Laidlaw, smart players, reading that and getting to the front.
Kick from just on 45. He's their leading goal kicker this year. It's a beautiful kick and it's a goal. This is a fantastic start to the grand final. Both teams on fire, 2 goals straight each. 8 minutes gone in the first term on the Is My CV scoreboard.
Well, that was a beautiful kick. I mean, we know that he is a terrific kick, but that was just beautiful, the delivery off the boot that time.
Yep.
George Andrew would have been very happy with that.
Yeah. George Andrew? No, Bruce Andrew.
Bruce Andrew, yeah. Well, George is his brother. He's happy as well.
The taut instep.
Yes, that's right. Very good. Days with the days with that.
Yeah.
So brilliant start to this grand final. 2 straight goals apiece, and Bonghetti's got it in the middle for Carey. Almost swung around. Gets a handball there to Roach. Roach gets a little one onto a teammate. That occasion, it's Al Reid going out wide, looking for Fremantle. Mark taken there by Butler. The Uni Blues got a handball that was partially smothered. Roach gets it now, handballs over the top, looking for Fremantle. Out of wing position. Comes here to Moore. Moore goes with the left foot, kick to Smithwick, and he's blocked it. So man on the mark on the 45. Distance, certainly by his last
Cannot kick that.
Distance wouldn't be a problem, but you think probably just another 5 so metres out, which could prove the problem.
Very dangerous. No, he won't kick that.
So outer side of the ground, worse than a 45-degree angle. He'll have to kick this every bit, 50 metres and son. Kick on its way. He's going to make the distance, but in searching for the distance, he's missed to the near side. So first blemish for the afternoon. Behind the Smithwick, Carey go to 2-1-13. Uni Blues 2 straight 12. That's on the Is My CV scoreboard.
Over every chance, isn't it?
Kick in short from Townley. Rippon relieves to kick out to the wing. A little shove in the back there from Stuart Holmes on Eade. Not paid. Sloan, at least I called it John. So he's got the hand pass out. Got it to McMahon. We're not going to start this early. Comes away with an Eade. Hand pass back there to Vanderpoel. Off the step, kicks it up towards half forward. Sitting under the football there. It might come out for Mark. It doesn't. It bounces away and over the boundary line and out of bounds. You can tweet us and they'll be covered through VAFATV.com, and you can see those tweets coming up on the scoreboard, on your screens if you're watching this. And I know there's plenty of people watching this right around the world at the moment. thrown in. Crowther got the knock away towards the boundary line. Butler leads in the race. It's not Butler, in fact.
It's the first
It's,
underhand
Cunningham.
knockout I've ever seen from a ruck.
That's Cunningham with the flowing locks as he saw it over the boundary line. And we've just had a few boundary throw-ins in this forward pocket.
He's had plenty of work this boundary.
He has done.
So thrown in, Crowther can't get to it. Diving in there is Howard, trying to get rid of the footy. The bottom of the pack's Al Reid for Carey. Umpire called for it. The ball up, 45 metres out, 45-degree angle from Uni Blues goal. They try by a point. Carey 2-1, leading Blues 2 straight. Crowther flicks it over the top, comes to Hines. He gets a little handball to a teammate there in McMahon. McMahon kicks to the top of the square. Who can pluck it? Ball goes over the back. Numbers with Carey at ground level. Murray does well. It's a handball to a teammate in Roach.
Player down behind there.
So we've got a player down. So Fremantle. So he's just struggling a little.
Just a collision in the air. He'll be right. I don't think it's anything structural.
Fremantle at half-back. Short pass finds Howard. Miss Campbell gets to his feet. Howard at left half-back.
Just wind him up, send him out again, he'll be right. He'll just keep knocking him over all day.
Yeah, diagnosis correct.
Short pass is a good one to Reid. He played on, came off his line. Hand pass backwards there to Cremeen. Steps around one, then steps around two, then goes back onto his right foot. Up towards the wing. Crowther's the direction. Big fly from Williams. Couldn't take it. Free kick going Laidler's way, though. Is it going to Crowther or Laidler? Goes, no, I think it is going back to Laidler.
Crowther's gone stats happy at this stage, wanting to claim it.
So Laidler with the ball centering out of side of Sports Cover Arena. 12 minutes gone in the first term. It's 13 playing 12. Old Carey leading early proceedings after they exchanged a couple of long kick to the back over the top there. It was intended for Smithwick off hands. Just over the boundary line and out of bounds left forward pocket.
Very nearly had the prime position there.
Yeah, he did well to get that fist on it late. Whatever that was down there.
So boundary throw in, left forward pocket.
So both back lines under pressure in the early part of the game.
Oh, Carey in attack, Reid goes over his head. A little dispute. Uni Blues work it out there. It's Vickers-Willers. They work it up to the outer half-back flank. Mark James takes the mark at right half-back for Uni Blues. So he goes with the right foot up the line. No one really honed. Bounces off the knee of Riley McMahon. So ball in dispute. Chopped off there by Roach of Carey. Gets it to Courteau. Gets it back to Roach. In there as well as Jocelyn. It's a free kick for the umpire for a throw. So free kick going to Roach of Carey.
I think he threw him after he had it.
Threw him after he's had it. So gets it to Cam Howard with his deadly left foot of his. Great kick. Smithwick marks on the 45. I think he was off there and umpire says he wasn't.
So he's got Benny Smithwick, he's got young Hart on him, he's captain of the Blues under-19s, and he just looks to be a little bit too smart for him, a little bit too experienced at this stage.
So Smithwick leading player, and it's Laidlaw, the big fella.
Started off well, this fella.
Yeah, different player to last week.
Absolutely different player. So he's kicked one already this afternoon. He'll shoot for his second goal on a 45-degree angle, kick from 45.
Well, the way he kicked the other one, this should be a Monty.
Yeah, I think so.
This is going to lift the confidence of the big fella, shooting for his second goal this afternoon. Travelled almost 14 minutes in this opening quarter. And Laidlaw kicks from the paint of 45. Kick on its way. Old Carey Hill erupts. And he has kicked his second for the afternoon. And Carey now have a 7-point lead. They lead 3-1-19. Uni Blues 2 straight 12. They've travelled 14 minutes opening quarter thanks to Sky Home and Daniel. That score on the Is My CB scoreboard.
Well, looking very dangerous coming forward, Carey. They've got high quality players down there in Smithwick and Laidlaw that are really doing the job for them. And have certainly given their individual opponents something to think about. But they're bringing the ball in really intelligently. They've kept the space open and they're looking very dangerous.
Throw up in the middle. Well done by Jones, who got the kick after he picked it up. The Vickers-Willers stole it, got it to Muggerman, who wheeled around on the right foot, kicked it up towards Hines. McQueen Campbell with him, bounces over the head of Williams. Hines runs onto it, gets moved to ball, dribbles towards goal, just rushed through by Murray for a minor score. So first blemish to the Blues scoreboard, 2-1-13. They trail by a goal. Old Carey 3-1-19 is my CV scoreboard. 15 minutes for Sky High Mount Dandenong.
Almost snuck one in there.
Hines,
Yes.
did.
So Roach goes short from the kick out, finds Cam Howard. It's an experienced duo for Old Carey combining there. Goes short, finds Stuart Holmes. So he's at left half back for Carey. Not a lot going ahead of him, so we'll just have to kick this long up the line. He's got a little shorter again. Just getting his hands out there in time was Cam Jones. So he marks.
Certainly on top here, old Carey. I mean, a lot of Blues players that just have put nothing into the game so far at all.
So Jones looked to switch, then decided not to. Goes to the
See, signs of frustration there. From, that was Marshall Rippon with a late tackle on the kicker. And it was only a short kick.
Fremantle's got one too as well.
Yeah, just
at the ball. So it's spread nicely across the back line here and we get a good exit.
So Fremantle, out to Parker. Now Old Carey, good Cremeen here at right half back, runs through defensive 50, handballs to Sloan. Not a great effort though, and it was Hayes getting in there with a fist, knocking the ball out of bounds, and we'll have a boundary throw in left half forward. David Speedy on the boundary.
Mark James has come off with a dislocated right ring finger. It has gone back in. He's just gone back in the field.
Good on you, David. All over it down there. Boundary side for sports cover. Summers from the clearance gets it. Might fall to James here. Slaps it to the advantage there of Gard. Couldn't quite get there. Parker goes in strong. That's Cunningham rather over the top of the football. And we'll have a ball up on attacking 45 for Blues. 16 minutes in the first term. Throw up. Half forward for Blues. Jones over the top. Won the knockdown. Rice got hands on a good tackle by Hines on Rice. And we will have another ball up. Tension over the ground here in sports cover. Stolen there from Hayes, who snaps around at the top of the goal square, just getting handled to Old Carey. Sloan just getting a fist to it. A minor score only. So they go to 2-2-14 Uni Blues. Margin 5 points. Carey 3-1-19 is my CV scoreboard.
So the experienced Roach yet again taking the kick out. So Carey going with the, I'm going to call it an old-fashioned huddle, but we've seen it a bit in this finals campaign here at Austinwick Park. With the breeze, so Roach goes with the right foot. Outside clears the defensive 45. Carey got it out here. So Jocelyn, that is, goes with the right foot. Not a great kick though. Carey, Laidlaw did well. He thought he might have affected the spoil, but Watts ended up holding the mark. So he's got a broadcast side of the ground, defensive wing. Big fella Jack Watts goes with the right foot. It's a clear kick, almost a little too far. Williams is chasing it, Sloan as well, but Williams did well there, managed to knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, we got the win. It's going to be like that. Not really a dangerous kick in. Interesting matchup, that one. I mean, Watts is virtually playing on a midfielder type of player, good player in Laidlaw. Skills that might worry Jack.
So Williams takes it out of the ruck, ball just knocked out of his Joel Rice, but really solidly with a great tackle by Blues, and that was Sean Carr. And we'll have a ball up 40 metres out directly in front of Uni Blues goal.
Loving the Twitter action on 96.5 FM and on VAFATV.com. Here goes Hayes, hand pass backwards to Vanderpoel. Kicks it up to a dangerous spot. Out to the leading forward, MacKenzie couldn't quite bring it down. Well done, Murray. Hand pass for Queen Miss Campbell. Goes wide to Sloan. Sloan by hand. Went for Roach, missed the target. Falls here for Summers. Little boot to ball around the corner. Okay, McQueen Miss Campbell knocked it back. Might fall in for Hayes to run into an open goal. Reed on the last line. Williams there as well. Still Williams. Still Williams. Still Williams, he can't get it out, and eventually Old Carey can see through Reed. A minor score for Uni Blues. 2-3-15. They move to 4 points to margin. Old Carey 3-1-19 is my CV scoreboard.
Well, they've had a lot of the play, Carey, but no distance between them.
No.
On the ball scoreboard, they've had a lot of the play.
Yeah. Are fairly reactive at this stage. There's a lot of proactive play from them.
So 5-point lead to Carey. They've got it here, outer side of the ground. Kick partially smothered. Rice looking to get there. He does now. Lays a good tackle on Ripon. He loses the foot. He had it for a long time, Uni Blues.
They contested the ball there instead of keeping the tackle on. Well, they didn't keep tackling him. They should have kept tackling him. They would have got it because he did pull it in.
So it's Carey 19, Blues 15. 4-point lead. So either side that finished third in the home and away season. Uni Blues from top, 15-3. Carey get it here now. Joel Rice goes with the right foot up the line, bit of wrestling, 2-on-1 situation. Watts, can he keep it in? He does. Goes with the right foot all the way across the ground, but geez, it was a good one. Found Carr. Gets it to a running Butler. Geez, he put him under some pressure. Got his boot to the ball though, kicked it to half forward. Numbers are grounded with Carey, but Hines does well. He's tracking back, gets it to Carr, dashes through the middle of the ground, gets a handball down to McMahon. McMahon kicks it to the top of the square, one-on-one situation. Ball goes over the pack, through for one behind.
It's classic over-kicking of the ball in. Sort of, it was really a nothing kick. It was half a shot at goal, half to the player, and it just sort of rolled through for a point instead of perhaps getting out and testing the Carey back line.
Rice relieves Roach of kicking in duties. He goes long and wide to the outer side of the ground, direction of Jones, and he takes the mark in the front spot. Centre half back, kicks wide to the wing, outer side. Blues with numbers back here, but good work by Moore, who got to the front spot.
Smarter reading the tumbling ball into the wing, Carey.
Moore's kick was smothered. Oh, he played on. Good play by Vickers-Willis. Moore's there as well. Cremeen in support, still with Moore. Gets around, hand pass backwards there, goes to Jones. Jones steps around a couple, then spears the ball up towards half forward. Laylor just couldn't hold that one. Hand pass out, works out for Fremantle. Hand pass backwards, goes in the direction of Howard, I think it is, out there. And he sees it over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw on outer side of the ground. 21 minutes gone in the opening term. Carey 19, Blues 16.
So great first quarter of action brought to you by Sky Home and Dandenong, and that score on the Is My CV scoreboard. Boundary throw in, outer side of the ground, quick kick out of the pack. Rice gets it to centre half forward, but only as far as Vickers-Willis. He handballs to Watts. Watts handballs to Summers. So Summers, centre square of the ground, big kick with the breeze. Inside 45, 2-on-1 situation. Numbers with Carey. A ground level low, falls to Hines. He squeezes the through.
Had a good quarter, Hines.
We have both Gardner to spread it off the hands of the pack. He was well placed in the marking contest. Dirk Hines and Pat Gardner was good enough to stay down, picked it up off the ground. The two Carey boys were up in the air and enabled Pat Gardner to break clear and get a smart handball from Dirk Hines and ran into the open zone.
So 3-4-22 Uni Blues, leading Carey now by 3 points, 3-1-19 treble, 22 minutes opening quarter.
Knocked out by Crowther. Comes through McMahon. He's going to get a free kick here for too high on him by Bomgetti, who's wearing a helmet this week. They received a cut last week's preliminary final. McMahon's kicks a beauty and just hits MacKenzie on the lead, leading out of the goal spit, and he's taken the mark at 40 metres out, pretty much directly in front.
Yeah, nice kick there from Riley, and good lead from MacKenzie. Young player, he's got a lot of ability to score.
7 goals at about round 16 against St Kevin's, MacKenzie. And a fantastic display from outside the 45. It's a lovely kick, it's a goal. So Blues get a couple in a row. And they go to 4-4-28. They lead by 9 points now over Old Carey. 3-1-19, 23 minutes gone. Is my CV scoreboard for Sky Home out Dandenong.
Well, that was a goal born out of Riley McMahon's effort to go into the heat there and put his head over the ball and got tackled hard. Riley's kid that came to the club about 4 or 5 years ago from Canberra. As an 18-year-old, he represented the ACT as a 17-year-old. So
okay, there you go.
But he just hasn't really had a good run at fitness.
So that's the voice of John Canis, the former coach of Uni Blues, who coached them to the 2004 Grand Premiership in Premier Section. So Carey attack now, but picking up the ball's Hart, right half back. Goes with the right foot. Dangerous kick, but really strong mark by Riley McMahon. Centre of the ground. So he's kicking goals and he's taking really strong marks in the middle. Handballs hit a nice. Nice goes with the right foot, looking there. Teammate couldn't get there. Numbers are ground level with Carey. Roach has got a problem now. MacKenzie lays a good tackle. Ball in dispute. Quick kick, smothers. Uni Blues get another crack at it. It's McMahon. No, it was McMahon again, so he has kicked one. Goal, Marlon McMahon, and Uni Blues now opening up a handy little lead. They got a 5-4-34. Old Carey 3-1-19. 24.5 minutes travel opening quarter. Brought to you by Sky Home and Dandenong, and that score on the Is My CV scoreboard.
They've started to settle down, haven't they?
Yeah, they have a bit. They've dominated the last couple of minutes, but I mean, it's a lead they should have. I mean, it's a fairly decent breeze that they're kicking with. So probably a couple of goals is a reasonable margin that they want to be in front.
15 points the margin at the moment. Rice tackled there. And we'll have another ball up in the middle of the ground. So Carey will want to sneak another one before the quarter-time break. Crowther gets a knockout. Howard gets boot to ball, kicks it forward up towards centre half forward. Front spot there, Hart couldn't quite take the mark. Fremantle all over nice there, and wraps it up at centre half forward for old Carey. Thrown up. Caldo doing the ruck work this time for Blues. Comes out, Watts read it best. Came off the half back line, kicked it out to the wing, and Reed first there, but at the for the ball chance now for Gardner. He gathers the football, nice little hand pass wide there for James to send it inside up towards full forward. Well done, Williams. Got to the front spot, got rid of Sloan, then followed up, did the roving, got tackled with the ball. Williams still has it, hand passed and then slapped through.
See
Rush
that, Ken?
behind.
See big blokes bending down to pick up the ball, how far it is, and they can't pick it up. Why can't you big blokes pick balls up like that off the ground?
Well, he did all right when he got on the ground.
Is
When he
my-
was lying down.
Here's my CV scoreboard, 5-5-35 to 3-1-19 in Blues' favour.
So Mark taken in the back pocket by Joel Rice. Cam Williams, Uni Blues, have done some of his best work on the goal line on a couple of occasions in this opening quarter. So Rice for Carey, kicks the ball up the line, whistle.
Yeah, good
Sharp
decision.
So going against.
Umpire, I think it's been good.
Yeah,
Nervous part of the early game. They've nailed it.
Special message for Benny Goodman.
Yeah, Brian.
So-
Don't text me.
So Crowther handballs to Smithwick, kicks long up the line, broadcast side of the ground. Numbers at ground level, there were with Uni Blues, but Hart is tackled and ball squills free, goes out of bounds. So boundary throw in, centre wing position.
Just having a look, a lot of the old Carey boys have had fresh haircuts for the big day today.
I don't like that.
Not sure about
Why is
how
that?
many of Uni Blues have done it. Summers, hand passes backwards to Butler.
No,
Butler
it's been
comes
far
away,
for a while.
kicks it out to the space, and Tawney takes a good mark in the middle of the ground.
Get it moving here.
And Tawney sends it inside, up towards the Hines direction. Sorry, it's Gardner at the back of the pack. Red by Murray, hand pass to Reed. Reed went back into traffic, then just got boot to ball, squeezed it out. Free kick down the field, will it be? No, going back to Reed.
Did well to carry back line then. They got back on the Gardner. 3 of them got back and just killed any chance of a mark.
So Reed's got Sloan across the face of goal, goes in that direction. If he can get it onto Roach, he can do so now. Roach has run on, Rice is free on that outer side, he uses him by hand. Might go back to Roach here, he does, it's dangerous though. He just gave him a hospital hand pass, he was set upon by Cunningham. Cunningham was equal to the task to wrap it up for the Blues. Good play by Uni Blues on the outer side of the ground to hold things up as Carey was going forward. 16 points to margin, Blues favour.
So Crowther can't get it Roach at ground level. Handballs back to Smithwick. It's one way, then the other. It's back to Rice. Rice on the right boot. Good smother on that occasion by Eade. Flying past his Rippon. Rippon kick on its way. Miss. So one behind to Marshall Rippon. Like Uni Blues here, got all the ascendancy and all the momentum. They got a 5-6-36 lead on Carey. 3-1-19. 28 minutes gone. Opening quarter thanks to Sky Home and Daniel.
Yeah, but look, they're favoured with a strong win, so it's a pretty even game.
Rice to the outer side, and Roach has found himself free at left half back, and he plays on immediately.
Oh, he's
Takes a
running
bounce
Made
and
it
runs through. Got the hand pass into Stuart Holmes, who has tackled on the Blues. Pressure across half back has been
Better Summers.
fantastic. Summers got the tackle, and it's advantage paid now as James spears it up to Hayes, gets to Rippon, who's forced to kick off a step.
Smothered.
Rice smothered it. Richardson gathered it, hand pass to Fremantle, just took a bit of time to take it. His hand pass was errant. Eden stole it, runs around a couple, feigned a hand pass, then kicked it inside, through the hands of Sloan. He's under pressure, gives it a little hand pass to Reed. Good tackle on Reed by Hayes, holding the ball, free kick Blues.
Great
Hayes
pressure.
with 15 metres out directly in front.
Great pressure from Paddy Hayes, and I think someone else was in on that tackle too. But great. I mean, it's a great exchange of play. I mean, Ricey got back, Joel Rice got back and smothered the Blues kick forward as well off Rippon. So both sides up, but it's good to see that sort of play and opportunities coming from good defensive acts.
Carey in the last 5 minutes or so struggling to get it off their half back line. Get the kick out okay, then can't get it off half back. Blues closing them down. It's Hayes kicks from
did not
30
look like
and it looked ugly the whole way, and it was ugly. He kicks his second behind of the afternoon. 5-7-37, 12 scoring shots to 4. Old Carey 3-1-19 is my CV scoreboard.
Did an evening three-step on the way in then, Ken. Did you see that?
Yeah, I remember the evening Thursday.
Do you remember it fondly though, Ken?
Can you evening three-step any of the supper club tunes?
A couple. I heard take 5 there before. People across that.
So Cam Howard, dangerous looking kick. Al Reid couldn't get there, knocked away by Sean Carr for Uni Blues. And we'll have a boundary throw in, left half forward for Uni Blues. They lead 37 plays, Old Carey 19. Tick past 30 minutes in this opening quarter, Premier B Grand Final. Crowther knocks it down, ground level low, Ripon gets a handball for Uni Blues. Rice gets a free kick for too high. So important for Carey here, just feel to hold the footy. Get to quarter time without any more damage on the scoreboard. Rice, it's a dangerous kick. Howard marks at half back.
Wants to go across the ground. He does so now. Great kick to Murray, who marks on the outer side of the ground. Immediately, he steps around his man, kicks over the top to Roach, who's free on the wing. He sends it inside up towards centre half forward. It's all Uni Blues at the back though. Hines dropped it, it went through his hands. The ball chance now for Old Carey. Spills out sideways. Corto wrapped up in a tackle. And again, Blues just struggling reading that ball coming into their back line.
Well, I'll tell you what, Andrew, they won't have that problem next quarter.
It'll be going over their heads, hopefully. As MacKenzie takes the football, there's the siren for quarter time. 31 minutes that first term win, and a fantastic opening here to the Premier B Grand Final. At quarter time, it's University Blues making the full advantage of that. Clear the goal kickers before we break. For Blues, they're all singles, and we've got one to Dirk Hines, Tom MacKenzie, Riley McMahon, Patrick Gardner, and Peter Summers, whilst for Old Carey, Laidlaw has 2 and Smithwick 1. We'll take a break on 96.5 Inter FM.
Welcome back to Sports Cover Red Arrow Elston Week. It's quarter time. Uni Blues 5-7-37 leading Old Carey 3-1-19. Quarter time, David Speedy at ground level.
Just from the Old Carey boys, from Green Fox, basically lower your eyes, improve your decision making. We're still definitely very much in this game.
Thanks very much, Dave. Well, they certainly are. They're 18 points down at quarter time. They will kick with the breeze in the second quarter, though. So big opportunity for Old Carey to work themselves back into the game in the second quarter.
Well, if they go direct down the ground, I think that's the way to go with this breeze. It would trouble the scoreboard considerably this quarter.
So round the ground scores thanks to Sky Home and Daniel. 7-minute mark of the second term. Division 1 grand final, Williamstown CYMS 6-2-38 leading Terry Penola 2-1-13. We will keep you posted on that one. To get the second quarter underway, here's Andrew Leonard.
Hope you're enjoying the coverage on VAFATV.com. I know there's Panthers watching in New York and Amsterdam. Cheerio to all of you. Also London as well. And up on Panthers, yes.
Panthers,
well, they're tweeting, John. You can see them on the screen here. They're tweeting about it. Panther Nation, they're supporting the Panthers. I'm not sure where Uni Blue supporters are watching from.
They're here, Andrew. They're all here.
Good on you. So take it away. This time Carey out of the middle. Get the first clearance through Roach. Up to Parker, who gathers it half forward. Kicks it around the corner towards Smithwick. Butler did well on that occasion. Coming across the back is Townley. Kicks across the face of goal. Dangerous kick. Vanderpoel's got to work hard here with McLeod. He does well, Vanderpoel, but McLeod just beats him around to the ball. But Vanderpoel takes him over boundary throw-in. Left half forward for Old Carey.
It was nice to see that exchange and neither player go and knock each other in the back and sort of give it that.
It's sort of like a training thing where you kick the ball out in front of 2 players.
Yeah, off they go.
Off they go. From the takeaway up towards Hayes. Gathered there by Gardner. Cunningham, sorry, it is. He's tackled by Rice holding the ball.
10 lines, good play by Joel Rice. He just sat on him and
Very steady, Rice.
play.
So Rice goes short with the right foot, gets it to Al Reid, drops the mark though. Out of bounds, and he's caught over the footy.
Does it?
So free kick going to Uni Blues. Mugovin's the nice flashy boots on for the grand final. Goes with the right foot kick up the line. Big man coming in from the side. Good mark there to Uni Blues.
Hines.
Gets it to Hines. James kicks it inside. 45 mark, not quite on the second grab. Rice gets it here for Carey. Pulls up the line to Sloan. Sloan with a left foot kick to Steve Fremantle. Just pitches in front of him. Goes out of bounds. Boundary throw in front of us here. Broadcast position. No change to the quarter time score. Uni Blues 5-7-37. Uni Blues Old Carey 3-1-19. Trouble 2 minutes. Second quarter action brought to you by Bayford.
Next generation electrical scoreboard thrown in. Crowd the front spot. Well done there by Williams with that bandage around his face. There's Hayes, suckering on his nose. Just gathered the loose ball and kicked it forward. Hines almost took a fantastic mark. Couldn't quite do so. gathered here, comes back out to Hayes, runs past his opponent, then chips it over the top for Hines. He runs onto it, Hines. He's going backwards. He's kicking it defensively back to Summers, and Summers takes the mark, wheels around, runs to 47 metres and drills a goal. That is sensational play. It's a little bit
unorthodox.
Unconventional.
Unconventional, that's a word I use.
Unconventional play from Hines, but he found Summers, and Summers ran to 45 and kicked the goal on the Next Generation Electrical scoreboard. Uni Blues 6-7-43, Old Carey 3-1-19, 3 minutes in the second.
Well, he knew what he was doing, Hines. we were the ones that were concerned about it.
That's right. A great bit of play there from Pat Hayes as he picked up that ball from the hands off the ground and then just weaved his way through a fairly tight situation and set Hines up for the kick to Pete Summers.
So first goal for the second term goes to Uni Blues. They open up a 4-goal lead. We've got a free kick there, wasn't paid. Here's Carr. He's on the left foot for Uni Blues. Kicks it close to 45. Hines out in front, knocked away from him by McQueen. Miss Campbell will have a boundary throw in. Outer side of the ground, left half forward for Uni Blues.
He's certainly keeping Lockie McQueen, Miss Campbell at him and honest, and not enabling him to sort of drop back and be a competitive loose man up at the mark.
That's when he's most dangerous. So Williams knocks it forward for Uni Blues. Oh, Stuart Holmes taken as his head taken off there by Hines, and free kick going to Old Carey at right half back. So they go short, hugging that boundary line, outer side of the ground. McQueen, Miss Campbell, the man we were just talking about, gets it. Goes with the right foot kick, spearing pass. Good punch away though by Uni Blues. And on that occasion it was James. Ball goes out of bounds. A boundary throw in outer side of the ground. It's Uni Blues 43, Old Carey 19. Travelled just over 4 minutes second quarter.
Throw in to take place, centre wing outer side of the ground. Crowther and Williams, no one went near it. Bongetti just gathered the football, hand pass to Rice into traffic. Rice got it out to McLeod. McLeod just dropped the ball, spin it before he had it. Over the top there, Cunningham. Comes out there for Markovan. He went into trouble and out of it, got it back to Carr. Carr goes one way then the other, then kicks on the left up towards half forward, and McQueen, Miss Campbell read it best as he got rid of Hines and takes the defensive mark, goes back across goal to Murray at full back. He kicks it wide to this near side wing. It was a good kick. Could have been a free kick for chopping the arms there against for McLeod. Couldn't quite do so. Rhodes gathers the football. No one in support. Hand pass back to space into the advantage of Nice. Gus Nice got it over the top there, and MacKenzie kicks it forward, although Reed's going to go back and take the defensive mark for Old Carey.
So Al Reed does so. Left half back. Just slowing the play down a little bit, goes short, finds the skipper and Cam Howard. He's just defensive side of the centre, broadcast side of the ground. Listening on 96.5 at FM or VAFA TV, right around the world, streaming online. Goes short to Roach. So he's just attacking side of the centre.
Gets stuck into free.
He's certainly getting stuck in with Roach, squeezes a little kick, picked up on the half volley. Eli Parker goes outer side of the ground, Stuart Holmes. So Carey, very slow, deliberate build-up here. And trial by 4 goals. You only need the next one just to stay in touch. Big pack of players forwards, comes down to Parker, handles it out in front of him, chases after it again. Numbers with Uni Blues coming out from defence is Vickers-Willis. Got it now, trying to track it, picks it up now on the bounce. Got it at left half back, goes with the right boot, up the line, good kick to James, marks outer side of the ground.
James wheels around and kicks it up towards full forward. The target was Tawny, he couldn't quite bring the mark down. The fall of ball numbers with Carey. Stuart Holmes over the football, good tackle by Ede though, and he wraps it up and will have a ball up 40 metres out from Blues.
He hasn't done a lot yet, Ede, but he has tackled really strongly on a couple of occasions. It was important there that they kept that ball in.
Yes, that was well played.
Thrown up inside, Blues attacking. Caldo got the knockdown towards Rippon, got held without it. Rippon got away with it. Murray, who gathered the football, hand pass it back, almost threw it out to Roach in the end. Roach hand pass over the top to Rice. Rice kicks wide to the outer side of the ground. Good kick, but Reed unable to haul it in. I think Reed's had much of the football yet.
Talked him up before the game too.
6 minutes, yes, almost 7 minutes gone in the second quarter. And it's Blues 43, Carey 19 on the Next Generation Electrical scoreboard.
Well, probably a bit similar in that the side kicking into the winds had the run of the ball as Carey did in the first quarter.
But they've kicked 3 goals at the 7-minute mark. No.
They had, or maybe.
Between them,
yeah, okay.
2 and 1.
So Another boundary thrown out of sight of the ground. Carey kicking with the breeze. Great tap down from Crowther. Taps it to Roach. Kicks it inside 45. Bit of wrestling. Goes over the back of Smithwick. Carey fans at the back of the ground call for it. Smithwick's again. A little bit of a toe pot. Goes to the top of the square. Comes here to Butler. Butler, cool, calm and collected. Goes out of sight of the ground. It's Caldo.
Left-footed backmen are very handy.
He's done very well today, I think, Butler.
So Caldo punches it up the line. Eade. And John Canis has mentioned, hasn't a lot of footy but laid some good tackles. Cam Howard though, flicks it back out to a teammate and kicks it inside 45. Smithwick couldn't quite get it. Ball in ground level now. Cam Jones, one way then the other, finds himself with a bit more time than he thought. Runs to 45, step kicks from a step. Across the face, one behind.
So some good agility then, and read it well, and just pushed that kick a bit wide, but deserved a goal for his good work in evading a couple of players there. Right in saying down there that there's a lot more interchange on the bench.
Get from you in a second, David, as the kick in comes to this near side. Nice, couldn't take it. Rice got the hand pass over the top to Bongetti. He's got options on, but he went on his own, kicked it round to the top of the square. Probably the wrong option. Allowed Blues to come out. This is a hospital wall. Oh, they already crashing. Carey players took each other out. And there's a free kick going Blues way. Yeah, they did take each other out. Laidlaw is taken out by Rice as they both flew for the ball from opposite directions. Free kick in the meantime has been plucked out for Blues, and Muggerman can take it, gives the hand pass to Butler off half back.
So Butler goes off half back, looking at Hines, couldn't quite get there, went with the one hand. McQueen Campbell in there as well. Ball dispute is hard. He's got it thrown up against the boundary line. Hit it. So no take. The boundary throw in out of sight of the ground. Between wing and half forward. Carey in attack with a short throw in. Out by Cordner, comes to Roach, picks it up, runs to 45, handballs to Bongetti. Bongetti, flying shot at goal, misses. Inside, one behind, so Carey had a couple of opportunities here they've missed.
Fantastic pace from Roach, really. He was at full board.
So Carey go to 3-3-21, Uniblues 6-7-43, almost 10 minutes travelled, second quarter.
Tawney to kick in. Comes to this near side. Caldo to fly. Couldn't quite complete the mark. Nice at the fall. The ball just missed it. Hines went back in, burrowing with his head low. Joslin in there hard. And we'll have a ball up at left half back, right half back for Blues. David Speedy, ground level.
Yeah, I was just going to say, John, you're completely right about the changes. The Uniblues boys aren't even going to the bench. They're just coming off, sitting in the shade, and going straight back on after their 2 minute rest.
Smithwick stole it from the takeaway, spun out of trouble, then threw it on the boot and kicked it wide out of bounds on the full.
So Benny Smithwick's quieting down after his blaze of form at the start of the game. They do need a goal. They're 10 minutes in, Carey. And still not insurmountable. It's a strong breeze.
Watts wide to Butler on the outer side of the ground. Moore with him. He's got him. And he's got... Is it holding the ball? Yes, it is holding the ball. Free kick will go to old Carey. Moore to take it. Loads up and sends him to the top of the square. Laidlaw, punch from behind from Watts was good. At the fall of the ball, here's Hart. He paddles it towards the boundary. It was his friend on that occasion. Parker and Richardson there. Reid as well. Vickers Willis did well. Got it over to Butler. And Moore knocks it over the boundary line with him. And we'll have a boundary throw in. 50 metres around from the old Carey goal. They trail 3-3-21 by 22 points to Blues 6-7-43. 11 minutes gone, second term.
So Carey had a bit of the footy though in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Haven't been able to kick a goal yet in this second quarter. Ball thrown in, no one's able to get it. Good tackle applied there by Eade.
Yeah, they need to sort of finish off their work here. They've pressed hard for 5 minutes, as you said. So big knock there from Uniblues. Cam Howard gets it. Standing start outside 45. Kick on its way, goes across the face of goal. More dispute there. The contest was from Big Laidlaw. Couldn't quite get it knocked away from him. And we're going to have a boundary throw-in next to the left behind post. Old Carey deep in attack. They trail 21, Uniblues 43. 22-point lead. Knocked down there. Around them was Richardson. Wrapped up. Good tackle by 2 Uniblues players. We'll have a ball up directly in front. Tackled by McGovern there for Uniblues.
The wind seems like it's gusting a bit, John.
Yeah.
Reed slaps it out. Came away. Carr tried to take it out. Might concede. They want the rush behind, and they said no. He kicks it in immediately, and Blues are out on the other side. Carey move on to 3-4. Roach steals it though. Kicks from the boundary, and he's missed the lot out of bounds on the full. I'll get that score out. 3-4-22. Old Carey Uni Blues 6-7-43.
Did they kick it behind?
Oh, did it even?
No,
I don't think
it's
they
out the
did.
full. Out the full.
No, but was the behind a behind?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it was. I think Watts went to step over the boundary line and then found out he had a little more time. So Blues, we'll check that, but Blues bring it back in. They go
Didn't
short.
wave the flag.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Ken. We'll say no behind there. Mark taken by Hart, left half back. Goes with a high kick. It'll be tricky to mark that one out of sight of the ground. Reed, Jared Reed at ground level. He can't get it. Tackle applied there by 2 or 3 Uni Blues players, including Cunningham with the
They're
long
doing
locks.
a very good job in the back line there, Johnny. They've bottled them up several times in this quarter.
They have, yeah. They're just keeping them out well, not nullifying it, but not looking dangerous at all going forward. They're just keeping it out that far side. Carey will score in a minute. I mean, they're smashing at the door. They've just been a little inaccurate with it.
So Tawney was wrapped up there in a strong tackle by Steve Fremantle for Carey. So the ball up out of sight of the ground between wing and half forward. Ruck's got it, knocked down to Smithwick. Oh, he could have got a free kick there for too high. And umpire says, give it to me. Have a ball up. So 13, almost 14 minutes travelled in this second quarter. It's Blues 43, Carey 21.
Jones knocks it out. Ripon sharked it though. Got it to Tawney, although crashing through Reed did pretty well. And Reed's going to get a free kick.
Yeah, it was.
To send Carey inside attacking 45 again. Now this kick's important. There's going to be 25 metres as well. Is there a kick downfield?
So Vickers Willis and
Reed will get the free kick. 15 metres out against Vickers Willis. Umpire Wardrop on the case.
Might have been off on a lead and got held up on the way through. I don't know.
We will have Jared Reed having his first shot at goal today. It'll be a much needed goal if he can kick it for Carey. Margin 22 points as it stands at this stage. 15 minutes gone in the second term. Reed from 25 metres kicks the goal. Carey go to 4-3-27, sorry. They move along, cut the margin back to 16 points. Blues 6-7-43. Next generation electrical scoreboard. 15 minutes gone for Bayford.
Well, the Blues backmen have done a great job. They've only allowed that one goal.
Yeah, 15 minutes. Yeah, but they certainly haven't done much forward. They had real trouble getting out of the net that Carey had created out on that far side. So maybe look for something out of the centre here and mount a forward charge.
So 16-point lead to the Uni Blues. Carey with their first goal. Tawney gets it here for Uni Blues. Dashes through the middle of the ground. Really strong kick. Taking up, that might be James. James it is. Goes with the right foot. Kicks inside 50. Strong mark.
And that's it's exactly what Carey did in the first quarter. Made sure that they were in front, floated across.
Yeah, well, a couple of really nice kicks. I mean, Matt Tawney's kick there up to James was a great kick into the wind, yeah.
So MacKenzie kick almost directly in front, 25 metres out. Kick on its way is through. So quick reply to Uni Blues.
You wouldn't have known it for the Blues supporters behind the goal.
Pretty
Whoopie weed
quiet.
down there or something. It was very.
Oh, they might be having a glass of red.
So MacKenzie kick his second goal. Uni Blues go to 7-7-49. They've got 23 points over Carey, 4-3-27. That's on the next generation electrical scoreboard. Travelled 16.5 minutes. Second quarter brought to you by Bayford.
Yeah, well, good goal from Blues. A steadying goal because they hadn't really they'd really struggled to get the ball out of the Carey forward line for the last 10 minutes. But first time forward,
Williams
and a goal.
beautifully done to Summers. Summers comes forward, kicks it up to the top of the square, and not the MacKenzie on that occasion. Knocked away though, as McQueen Miss Gamble gathers, just belts it forward up towards the centre of the ground. Jolson gathers the football, hand pass to Bongetti. Bongetti hand pass back to Corto. Good tackle on him. Got Poop to ball though. He got the kick away to Stuart Holmes, who got it to Laidlaw, who kicks it to the top of the square. Rice almost at the back wrestling. Vickers Willis there. He'll concede a behind.
Goodness me.
Get Poop to ball drop.
I'll take your word for it, Andrew.
I'm with you. I had the glasses on there, Johnny.
Is that right?
Just managed to drop it on.
I'll pipe down and good on him.
Yeah.
Final score, 4-4-28 to 7-7-49. 17 minutes in the second for next generation Electrical and Bayford.
Always went a long way.
So Uni did run a long way there on the Blues. He holds up in the breeze that kick. Really strong mark taken there by Jones. So Cam Jones for Carey's got it. They trail by 21 points. Kicks it to the top of the hot spot. Almost a Mark Reed. One grab, not the second. Here's to James. Coming this way. Carey and Blues have worked it out to Watts. Watts handles it to Williams, the big fella. Goes on the right foot, getting there. Hines can't quite get it off his bootlaces, but Queen McCampbell doubles back. Williams does well though. Carey puts his head over the ball.
Right over the shoulder.
And free kick going to Stuart Holmes.
Gets it to Roach. He's going to go right back to fullback as they switch to the other side and Sloan. He's got McLeod on. He should have kicked earlier, but instead he goes by hand over the top. Uses Reed. He's had a lot of the football. Gets it to McLeod eventually on the outer wing. McLeod kicks up towards half forward. Reed just punched away from him. Good play by Townley. Reed butted up well though. Got it to Moore. Falls to Laidlaw. Took on about 3 guys. Eventually got through. Got a hand pass away, but Hayes chopped it off for Blues. Kicks it out towards the wing, and Summers takes a really strong mark in front of McLeod.
And very good, Summers.
So Summers has got it. Defensive side of the wing, outer side of the ground for Uni Blues. They stay on that outer side of the ground. Kick now inside. Vanderpoel is now looking there for MacKenzie. Can't get it. Ball at ground level. Well done there by Carey. Comes to Sloan. Kicks up the line. More diving in there. So is McLeod. Uni Blues though. Good effort there. Gets it to James. James keeps it in front of him, one bounce, then the second, he can't quite get a handle on it. Gets some assistance there from Tawney. Some handball there, Summers. Summers gets a quick kick out of the pack, goes only about 10 or 15 metres. Smithwick takes a really strong grab, and he'll take it at the left half back, and he'll get a 25-metre penalty for his troubles.
Yeah, it's useless that one because...
So Smithwick on the left boot into a lot of space. Not in particular there to pick it up though. Comes to Townley. Kicks with the right foot up the line. No one can get it. All in dispute outer side of the ground. Al Reed, he's wrapped up. Gets a little handball. Goes out of bounds. Outer side of the ground.
The tackling of Blues this quarter has really been fantastic. They've put a lot of pressure on Carey. I mean,
taking a physical toll.
Given they've played the last couple of weeks, but one slight fumble and they're on you. And you're right. There's Williams out of the right. Should be holding the ball. Yep, will be.
Not sure why advantage doesn't get paid there, but anyway, Crowther takes it, gets it back to Reed, and kicks down the line and finds Parker. Has a bit of a rest. He's had a bit of a rest this term. He's back on the ground now. Comes in board.
Really important 5-10 minutes here for Carey to get themselves back in on a level scoreboard terms.
Takes the mark, kicks over the top. It's a good kick to find Stuart Holmes. This distance will test him, so he passes over the top. And they've done that a bit too easily, old Carey. And they work it up to McLeod, 30 metres out, albeit on a pretty tough angle from their goal. So he can go back and have a shot for goal. Just from that cricket wicket area in that right forward pocket at the Glen Huntly Road end. McLeod kicks from 40 metres and kicks a goal. Important goal. Mike got the boot straight away. The crowd like it. Carey get their fit. 5-4-34 they move to. Closing the margin to 15 points. Uni Blues 7-7-49. 21 minutes in the second term for Next Generation Electrical and Bayford.
Yeah, well, just good smart play, running into spaces from Carey, and good accurate little short passing and a good shot at goal. Even though the ball drop looked a little untidy, I thought, but it got there, all importantly, and they're back to within 15 points. Probably 5 or 7 minutes till half time.
So 21.5 minutes through in this second quarter. Hines doing the ruck against Crowther. No one's able to get it. Hines dives in again. High calls for a secondary ball up. So centre of the ground, 49 Uni Blues. Old Carey 34. Ball thrown at Hines, belts it forward, goes 5 or 10 metres. Quick kick out of the pack, was smothered on that occasion. Comes out here to McGovern though, gets a right foot kick into plenty of space. Gardner punched away from him, going getting ground levels. Carr wrapped up on a great tackle by McQueen, Miss Campbell.
That's too high.
Umpire says it's too high though. Must have just slipped over the shoulder. Initially it was legal, and then it's gone a little high. So Carr, on this occasion, kicks to the top of the square. Watts can't quite take the mark. Crowther does well, gets a handball to Rice. Rice kicks for touch here, but not going to get there. Bit of time here for Uni Blues to stop and prop. Goes inboard Vanderpoel. Good decision. It's a good kick. Inboard to Cunningham.
Be looking out for that centre part of the ground there. Good decision not to kick it there, in down the line.
So Cunningham goes to the top of the square. Might take it, no, not paid. Ground level, round the corner. Not going to make the distance.
They're out here.
And Roach takes the mark for Old Carey.
And he has a bounce off half-back. Hand passes over the top to Parker. He's got no one to kick to, though, although Fremantle's run hard to make space on the outer side. He's got Stuart Holmes further afield if he wanted to go there. He had to go straight away. He didn't. Howard makes a lead. He ignores that option. In fact, he eventually uses Howard. Mark settling outer side of the ground. Williams' kick just bent back too much and didn't quite make the distance in the end. Howard sends a long ball up towards the Crow, the direction. He couldn't quite mark it. Good work in the front spot there from Blues. And the umpire will come in and ball it up 50 metres out, right half forward for Old Carey. As Laidlaw comes to the bench for Jones. Thrown up. Crowther and Hines. Hines looking for a shepherding free kick. Comes to Carr. Carr throws it on the boot around the corner to James. Ran into Reed. Coughed it up to Parker. Carey can go inside again. Parker kicked to the pocket and Reed just punched away from him. Hart at the back. And it's out of bounds. The boundary umpire on the scene. And just as Hart was about to break away, we'll have a boundary thrown 15 metres around from Old Carey's goal. 15 points the margin in favour of Blues.
So Blues 49, Carey 34. Closing stages of this first half. Premier B Grand Final. Smithwick round the corner. Shot at goal. Misses.
Yeah, set up for that, Benny. It was a good knock, and probably will be cross with himself for not doing better because he was clear and in the open.
So they've pressed Carey, but they haven't converted. Just the
they get one in the last couple of minutes. You know, they're within a kick and a bit, and it's not a bad reward for the effort they put into the quarter.
2 goals. They've kicked this term. Kick in finds Hart outer side of the ground. The temperatures dropped somewhat here at Sports Cover Arena despite the sunshine. Big fly from behind. He's guarded at the back, gets a kick around, he's turned it over, and Rice takes the mark in the middle of the ground. He's got McLeod wide, he uses him, McLeod takes the mark, wheels back onto his right, then sends it up towards full forward in the Smithwick direction. Flies punched away from him, Carr's at first at the ball for Blues. Although getting there, Smith with pace, went past him, ran to 45, set it to the hot spot. It was a dangerous kick for Cunningham in the hole, takes the mark.
Good mark from a small fella there, stood his ground when the pack was coming.
So Cunningham goes very wide, a little too wide. He was looking for Jack Townley, but it was too wide. Goes 50 ball now, throw in, left half forward for Carey. They trail by 14 points, travel 25.5 minutes in this second quarter, brought to you by Bayford. Ball thrown in, comes to Bongetti, just takes a step too far.
It's a completely different player this week.
Ball spills free, Cunningham does well, James
Doesn't he?
off hand.
Yeah. Last week he was sharp. I mean, I don't think he's a particularly quick player anyway, but he's just right off the ball today.
Certainly not matching his strong performance from last Sunday's preliminary final. Williams, I think he just managed to get that away. Whistle here, too high. Free kick going to Carey. So important couple of minutes for them. So it's Al Reed is taking the kick. It's 2 kicks from goal. So he kicks with the right foot. Oh, it's a shocking looking kick. Smithwick does well though. Gets it. Oh, handball to Cam Howard, knocked away from him. And Townley Tawney did a very good job there. Eade gets a little handball out. Parker thrown off at Howard.
Very lucky.
Handball to Al Reed. Al Reed goes up the line. Taken there by Stuart Holmes.
He's been good.
Yeah, been good this quarter.
Stuart Holmes goes to Reed, just overhits it a bit, bounces in front of everyone. Watts gathers. Timely gets it away, and Carr will run away with it off half-back for Blues. Kick wide goes to Gardner on the outer side of the ground. He's got Murray to beat, got no one in support, although Carr followed up on the kick. Hand pass back to Gardner. Back inside for Nice.
Well run.
Nice hand pass over the top. Is that Rippon on the outer side?
Yeah, it is.
Steps around and then kicks long. Beautiful kick up towards MacKenzie. Punched away from him by Sloan. McQueen missed Campbell. Hand pass back inside for Cremeen. Cremeen goes back to Sloan. Sloan's little kick's a good one. finds Roach, and they've settled again. Carey goes to Stuart Holmes as they run through the middle of the ground. Here goes to Bongetti. Bongetti kicks it long towards Reed over the top. Smithwick at the back, dangerous. Butler there with him, and he slaps it over the boundary line. Another boundary throw in.
Did very well, Jack Townley then on Reed. Reed was in good position for a part of that, and then found himself nudged under it, and Townley just got the fist to it to knock it out of play. But very dangerous progression forward there from Carey.
Defenders still doing a pretty good job.
So Blues lead by 14 points. 27.5 minutes travelled in this second quarter. Ground level there. Cunningham gets it to James. James handballs to E. E goes with the right foot outside 45. Ball in dispute here. One-on-one contest. Carey, McLeod doing well. Murray, beg your pardon.
Murray and Gardner.
Out of bounds. Oh, the boundary throw in. 28-minute mark of this second quarter. It's Uni Blues 7-7-49 leading Carey 5-5-35.
Throw in. Crowther gets to the front spot. Jolson leads in the race for it, slaps it backwards towards Reed, but it went over the boundary line as James came through. And then we're happy to see it over. Centre wing, broadcast side of the ground here at Sports Cover Arena. 96.5 Inter FM bringing you the live and exclusive coverage on radio and VAFATV.com. And if you're watching this on a Tuesday night on Channel 31, hope you're enjoying it. Premier B Grand Final action thrown in. Knocked away over the back. Rice gathers, hand pass Courteau. Courteau kicks quickly up towards half forward, but a good mark running back is Caldo. He plays on, gives it to Carr. Carr has a running bounce on the outer side. He might have a second. He would need to have a second. He does so now. He keeps going. He could go on the way here. This could be one of the goals of the year. He's caught though, and he's going to be pinged for holding the ball. This went too far.
He ran as far as he would have kicked it if he kicked it straight away.
McQueen with Campbell, kick just offline over the head of Richardson as the siren sounds for half-time here in the Premier B Grand Final. And at half-time, it's Blues by 14 points. 7-7-49 to Old Carey, 5-5-35. In that term, Carey managing just the 2 goals for, the Blues managing 2 goals straight. So they won the quarter off Carey, but not by much, reducing the margin. The goal kickers before we take a break, 2 to MacKenzie and 2 to Summers. Singles to Gardner, McMahon and Hines for Blues. Whilst for Carey, it's 2 to Laidlaw and singles to McLeod, Reed and Smithwick. On 96.5 Inter FM, we'll take a break.
If Carey are going to do any good, this will be the quarter either by getting some score themselves, but basically they've got to make sure the Blues don't run away from it. That's the danger, I think, at the stage of the game.
It's discussing with a few spectators of what that margin at three-quarter time, what's gettable. Sort of in between 3 and 4 goals. I reckon 3 goals is more the mark, because with 4 goals you've got to kick 5 unanswered goals. And you know, 5 goals to 1 is more likely, or 5 unanswered goals.
Yes, well, the other side of the coin is if the Blues get a run on it, kicks 5 or 6 at the quarter, and you don't get too much on the quarter, almost out of the ballpark.
Yeah, well, that's right. So it could be see David Smith Ripton starting on the bench again with Hines and Eade. So
yeah, he's done it every quarter. I don't know if it's a tactical ploy, maybe that first set of hit out, they don't want him in there or something like that, but they've done it every quarter.
maybe to
And
prevent
nice one.
anyone from Carey lining up and going. Both benches got a full set of health, David?
Yeah, other than the guy's busted his finger, but he's out there now.
Peter's on Inter FM.
So streaming through the middle of the ground is Cunningham, kicking it to full forward. Almost a mark taken by Murray. Can't get there. Handballs to Moore. Oh, gives it straight back to Uni Boys and a goal. So Gardner opens the scoring. Nearly gone 20 seconds in this third quarter. Kicks his second of the afternoon, and that was not what old Carey wanted, Ken.
It certainly wasn't. I think the Blues would be delighted with that.
So the Blues go to 8-7-55, lead Carey 5-5-35. That's a 20-point lead. It's on the Clyde Hotel scoreboard. This third term starts to thanks to the Get Lost Trouble magazine.
It's the very thing that I thought could happen. It's only 1 goal at the start.
Yeah, they go again through Car Blues. He can't break the tackle though. And we'll have another ball up in the middle of the ground. Margin 20 points in favour of Blues. Looking for a first premiership in a decade. Hayes pinches it. Kicks it forward, bounces. MacKenzie did well. Sloan with him every step of the way. McLeod goes in. Left the football behind. Muggerman hand pass out. In fact, the free kick's going to be paid to McLeod for holding the man.
Just as well they were away again there. Blues.
He's had a pretty good game, McLeod. Comes wide to Alistair Reid. Takes the mark, still in defensive 45. Kicks it over the top to Stuart Holmes, who made space in front of Muggerman. Still defensive side of centre for Old Carey. Lead, fill up the space. Oh, the kicks a poor one to Roach. He gathers it on the half volley. Back to Stuart Holmes. Gets a second crack at it. Goes down the line. McQueen Miss Campbell takes a really strong mark on sending it. McQueen Miss Campbell. Moving forward the ball. Laidlaw sort of leads. He's told to move it on. Kicks it high. Probably got a bit too close to the man on the mark. Jones front spot. Full of the ball. It's Uni Blues through Summers. Got tackled. Hand pass back into traffic to Nice. Nice got to Butler. Butler went backwards towards Vickers Willis. Laidlaw crashed through. Williams over the football. Summers won the hard ball. Got it out to Nice. Stolen by Howard. Howard runs for 35 and kicks the goal. Important goal for Old Carey. They get their first of the third quarter and they respond quickly. Quick time too. Only 2.5 minutes gone in the third. And on the Clyde Hotel scoreboard, it's Uni Blues 8-7-55 to Old Carey 6-5-41. Howard with his first.
Yes, well, we can't afford to give a player like Howard the opportunity like that. I think there was a bad mistake there made by a Blues player when he went back towards the goal rather than away from it.
So goal apiece to start this third quarter. Ball back in the middle. Uni Blues got it. Howard gets an intercept. Williams runs into his old man, own teammate, Uni Blues. And umpire calls for over second ball up. So umpire throws it up. Williams and Crowther. Williams nudges Crowther on it. Smithwick is getting it. Vanderpoel applied a good tackle. Old Carey appealing for in the back. Umpire says no. So Blues 55, Carey 41. Travelled 3.5 minutes in this third quarter. All in dispute. Picked up here by Carr. Goes one way than the other. Fires off the handball to Hayes. Hayes gets it on the other side of the ground to Nice. Nice. Kicks it up the ground. Pick up there is Hayes. Gets it now. Could have got a free kick for in their back. Umpire says no. And the ball up out of side of the ground. 4 minutes played, third quarter. Uni Blues 55, leading Carey 41.
Very similar to the first quarter. They've got 2 goals on the board in the first 3 minutes and a bit. One at each end.
Crowther knocks it to Rice. It's tackled strongly by Muggerman. No free kick. We'll have another ball up. Centering out of side of the ground. Thrown up. Knocked out there. Well done by Cunningham. Hand pass backwards there. Victoria, it was who kicked it up towards half forward. Bouncing ball. Gardner might run onto it now. He's kicked a goal this turn. He's going to kick another one. No, he missed it across the face of McMahon rather, sorry. Kick that. Minor score from McMahon. So Blues 8-9-57. Old Carey 6-5. 8-8-56, sorry, to Carey 6-5-41. That's on the Clyde Hotel.
He had a lot of time to steady then, didn't he? So I think his legs were going a bit faster than the brain.
So Carey can go with the huddle. Roach looks to go short though rather than go towards the huddle. They kick up the line now. The average looking kick. Ball goes out of bounds, out of sight of the ground. Throwing right half forward the Uni Blues. So the Blues lead by 15 points. Travelled 5 minutes in this third quarter. It's 8-8-56. Carey 6-5-41.
It's topped off a bit.
So we've got a free kick here from the boundary thrower. And it's going to Crowther for some shepherding in the ruck contest. So he's got it left half back. The big fella for Carey. He's been good this afternoon. He was also good last week. McQueen Miss Campbell flies across the pack. Gets it away from Watts. Little kick, tries to keep it in. Can't do so. It goes out of bounds. And the boundary throw in. Other side of the ground. True wing position.
So throw in. Goal each this turn. They can take clean possession. Eventually a little hand pass and spits out. And another pack forms. And we'll have another ball up.
Yeah, very similar to the first quarter in a lot of stoppages in the early part of the game.
Thrown up, outer side of the ground. House again couldn't quite come away with it.
Oh, it's a
Kick
bad
came out
interchange.
from Cunningham. Stuart Holmes
Beautiful wrap up there.
It was, but they were lucky. Riley McMahon came off and left his opponent out there who went and intercepted that ball, so they were one light, and Bede's only just got out there now. You've really got to choose your time when the ball's on the other side of the ground in the change.
Stuart Holmes from the takeaway. Kicks it up towards centre half forward. Bounce loses everyone except for Watts, who gathers the football and tumbles a punt up towards MacKenzie direction. McQueen was Campbell. Gathered the football, just had to throw it on the boot hurriedly. Falls to Rippon. He's in trouble. Rippon got caught with the football by Stuart Holmes. Wrapped around twice. Umpire said no prior opportunity to have the ball up centre half forward for University Blues.
So perhaps a little fortunate there, Rippon. He appeared to have some chance to get rid of it, chose not to, and then got caught. So Blues, handball over the head, belted forward by Watts, right to the goal line. Ball in dispute. Pick it up at ground level, diving in there is slow. Big free kick, the kick is in danger. The trip against Rice, and going to Watts.
No, it was MacKenzie in on the pack when he tried to get up and just leave it. Watts might have got a head-high tackle after that.
So, free kick to Tom MacKenzie. He's kicked 2 goals this afternoon. He kicked directly in front, 25, 30 metres out. Close to the man on the mark. Kick on its way, straight through the middle. So Blues have got another one, and MacKenzie has got his 3rd. So they've now got 2 in his 3rd quarter. Blues go to 9-8-62 and lead by 21, by over Carey, 6-5-41. 21 points is the margin. Travelled 8 minutes 3rd quarter thanks to Get Lost Travel magazine, and that score is on the Clyde Hotel scoreboard.
Very similar to the first quarter, Johnny. You're right, 3 goals in just over 8 minutes as opposed to 3 and stuff 7 minutes.
Back in the middle, Watts doing a bit of ruck work on this occasion. Smithwick stole it, came through, gave it to Roach, who spears a pass to the pocket, hits Fremantle, lace out on the chest. We get an instant reply here, old Carey. Fremantle will have a shot from 40 metres on a tough angle. Outer side pocket, golf course side of Sports Cover Arena.
I'll venture to say that's an impossible shot from out there, Andrew.
Yet we see players go back time and time again here and have a crack at
But
it.
he's a smart player. He might just underkick it, put it to the top of the square and put it into a dangerous spot. Let's see.
From 45 metres, kick on its way. He has put it across the face of goal, top of the square. Smithwick is lurking at the back. It's going to be thrown in as he fumbled it over the boundary line. Right forward pocket, deep in attack. 21 points to margin in favour of Blues. 9 minutes gone in the first term. Williamstown doing all the right things against Derry Penola. What is it? In the Division 1 grand final. Laidlaw knocks it to the advantage. Out to Roche. Smithwick might get it. He's going to kick a goal.
Great knock.
Smithwick gets on the spot from Carey to the MacKenzie goal. He gets his second in the afternoon, giving it this 7-5-47. Margin back to 15 points. Skinny Blues 1962. Clyde Hotel scoreboard, but Get Lost travel 10 minutes in the third.
Well, a great team goal there. And they were really happy about it too, the Carey blokes. Benny, there's another player chasing that ball. Roach probably could have got it.
Rice.
Yeah, well, either one of those guys could have got it and snapped it, but wildly left foot against Smithwick got it, and that is absolute fodder for him. Straight through into the hill to all the Carey supporters behind the goals.
Great goal.
So 2 goals apiece in this 3rd quarter. Watts knocks it down. Blues get it going their way.
Made a throw.
So stop them in their tracks as the umpire will kick for a throw. So no chance here for Carey. Stuart Holmes plays on, goes on to the right foot. Good kick. Spare man there. Reed. So it's Alistair Reid kicks to the top of the square. Numbers here to be with Uni Blues. All in dispute at the ground level though. Carey get it, squeeze a kick to Smithwick. That's Jones. So Jones will kick from the 45 on a 45-degree angle, kicking into the breeze. So will require every bit of his best and some. The tall men will want to be ready on the goal line, but he doesn't quite make the distance.
And out to the side as well. Yeah, well, it'll just float across into that pocket. But he might kick it.
We've been 5 back. What is going to be?
So Jones kicks from the paint of 45. Oh, it's a good looking kick. Has it some legs? Not quite. Still in. Off hands. Fremantle gets it on the left boot. Brings it back with Jones. The two over three. Now it's out. Blues are away here up half-back.
Through Hayes, and it's no one home. It's 2-on-1 here. MacKenzie's got a cut. Sorry, it's Williams has got a couple to beat. Sloan with him. He shepherded, allowed Murray to go in and get it. And Carey can relieve. Big take out behind play. Kick turned over. Rickman stole it. Kicks it inside indiscriminately. McQueen Campbell drops it. Williams goes in. He was front for the tackle by Alistair Reid. He got it back to Rickman. And Rickman gets it goal. Through the play, actually. 10-8-68 they go. Carey 7-5-87. It's gone in the third. Clyde Hotel scoreboard.
There's some great recovery work done there by the Blues. They looked on for real money a couple of times.
Oh, they did.
Just
The ball
keep
came
back.
out and went over three Carey players could have got it back, but quick exchange of hands out of the back half. A long kick forward to Campbell down there on two Carey blokes. The ball bounced back up field, brought other players into it. Really good exchange. Marshall Rippon ended up with the ball.
So 21-point lead to Blues with that goal. Step the half-time margin. Ball in dispute. Rice, good intercept though. Gets it Carey's, going Carey's way. Bongetti, bouncing ball in front of him. He's got it now. Wrapped up in a good tackle though by E. Ball up, centre half forward. Old Carey in attack.
Second quarter footy so far.
68 plays 47. Blues in front. Fremantle at ground level. Quick kick out of the pack by Cunningham. Gets it into the centre of the ground. They were, but Queen Miss Campbell was the one that gets it now though. Kicks it to Stuart Holmes. And he marks. Attacking side of the wing. Pinpoint pass is a good one. Finds Joel Rice. He's at right half forward. It'll be a kick and a half from goal. And they're kicking into the breeze. Goes short. It's a shocking kick though. Uni Blues have got the numbers. Carey do well to pop it up though. Steve Fremantle keeping in front of him. He had it, then he's lost it. Hayes gets to the Blues teammate and kicks up the line. Williams 2-on-1 situation. Queen Miss Campbell going for it. Can't get it. Well done over there from Tom MacKenzie.
Yeah, good effort. The 2-on-1 initially and then the 3-on-2 to get it out of bounds. Cavalry arrives and they're throwing on the wing.
Front of our broadcast position, knocked out by Jones. Comes down there to Hines. Air pass backwards there for Carr. Touched off the boot and smothered over the line by Queen. Like another boundary throw in.
Like the way that Big Williams butters up all the time.
He does bounce
Oh,
up.
good. Yeah, very good.
I've only seen him play. Handling it 4 times. Same as most of these kids. So it's all new to me.
Thrown in, Jones runs block, Watts slaps it over his head. He's been in the ruck for most of this term. Rice gathers it, he's immediately tackled though. Good tackle by Summers on Rice. And he locks it up and will have a ball up just inside attacking 45 for University Blues. They lead 10-8-68 to Old Carey, 7-5-47, 15 minutes into the third term. Around the grounds for Sky High Mount Daniel on Williams down CYMS, 12-13-85, leading Theory Penola 4-5-29.
So,
I think I'm the only one to tip with him, Summers, I think. Carry on.
okay, we will indeed. Back at Premier B Grand Final. Bongetti gets it. Handballs to his teammate there. Good toe. Goes up the line looking for Richardson. Richardson battling there with Nice. Nice gets the right through around the corner. Can he get it to a teammate in Hart? Hart right up against the boundary line. Ball stays in though. Cam Howard picks it up for Old Carey. Kicks inside 45, Jarrett Reid. Smithwick's got it now. Goes one way then the other, wrapped up with good tackle. Gets it to Richardson. Richardson boundary line beats him. Ball goes out of bounds. So, left half forward, Old Carey in the track. Attack, they trail 7-5-47. Uni Blues 10-8-68. 15.5 minutes in this third quarter. Thrown in, knocked down Jones. On the to Reid. Almost gets it there on that occasion. Not quite. To Williams. Bongetti. Handball's back. Players standing start position. Short finds Cam Howard.
Great pass.
I'll say. Bullet pass.
So you feel a very challenging shot at goal this, but could be in the hands of a better man than Cam Howard.
Into the teeth of the breeze, but yeah, you're all right. Except it'd be better if it's Cam Howard, a right footer.
Yes, quite possibly. Outer side of the ground, so he'll kick from fairly acute angle, only 25 or 30 metres out from goal. This, there was a skipper's goal was needed. wide on this occasion. This is to the east side. One behind. He has 1 goal, 1 this afternoon. Carey go to 7-6-48. They try by 20 points. Uni Blues 10-8-68. 16.5 minutes gone. It's third quarter brought to you by Get Lost Travel Magazine.
What a kick in. Beautifully done. Out to Tawny. Wheeled around, and they're out here with Blues beautifully to James, who runs and delivers a wonderful pass up to Hayes, who's played on, definitely played on, and Stuart Holmes had him, got his boot to ball, stolen by McLeod, and kicked without looking really. Barn takes the mark. The Blues.
Good, Riley.
Kicks across, surnames please, John, kicks across the face of the goal.
Indeed, you're right, Andrew. Good mark there from Josh Caldo. And we get a shot.
Line up 40 metres out on a slight angle.
Good goal.
Picture Cam Howard, as good a kick he is, he's not a very good set shot for goal. See him throughout the season.
Lovely kick on the run, though.
Caldo has a chance to respond at the other end where Howard couldn't do so. Caldo can. Lovely goal. 45 metres and the Blues continue on. 11-8-74 to Old Carey 7-6-48. 17 minutes gone in the third. Clyde Hotel scoreboard for Get Lost Travel Magazine.
Yeah, a good strong mark. He hasn't done a lot today, Josh. He's a bit of a used sort of around the place. He's used the extra ruckman, sometimes he's a centre-half back, sometimes he's a forward, centre-half forward. But he's a great pair of hands and he's very vigorous.
So 26 points to lead now to Uni Blues. We feel like Carey are just hanging on here. Ball disputed in the middle of the ground and dashing away from the middle is McGovern. Goes with the right foot inside 45. Finds out in the lead MacKenzie. Champagne putting there. McKenzie's mark 40 metres out. Slightly better than a 45-degree angle. Just to make the margin more than 5 goals.
This will hurt.
So MacKenzie kicks from the paint at 45. Kick on its way. It's a beauty. Right through the middle. MacKenzie's now got 4 goals this afternoon. His side score, which ticks over to 12-8-80. It's a 32-point lead over Carey, 7-6-48. Almost 19 minutes trouble in this third quarter, brought to you by Get Lost Travel Magazine.
Starting to creep into danger zone here for Carey. 32 points, 48 for the day. So there's 10 more minutes to go in this quarter. They wouldn't want it to blow out much more.
Williams down to Rippon. Eade in there as well. Trying to get it out. McLeod put some pressure on. Did well. Roach came away with it though. Sends it up towards Reed direction. Punched away by Watts at the fall of the ball. Butler. Big bump off the ball. Butler kept going. Kicked it up towards the wing. Punched from behind from James. Carr took it. He's played a really good game, Carr. Now passes back into traffic at Rippon. Rippon goes wide out towards the flank. It's going to sit for James. If James can gather, he's only got Crow that a beat. He couldn't gather. The ball eluded him and
cricket pitch
over the boundary line and out of bounds.
The old cricket pitch might have caught him out there with it. But Crowther did well, as he has done over the 3 weeks. Crowther is just been a really good contributor for Carey through the final series.
Throw into the right forward pocket for Blues. Margin 32 points in their favour in the Premier B Grand Final. Knocked out, James came away with it. Crashing through Carr, hand passes backwards. Out towards Nice. Another pack balls will have the ball up just outside defensive 45 for Old Carey.
A 32-point lead to Uni Blues. Flying high, there was Williams. Knocks it down. Smithwick, ground level, and a whistle. Too high. The free kick going to Cremeen for Carey. So Carey just need to hang on to the footy now. Careful deliberate approach. That wasn't a great start. Could have been a free kick. Richardson runs on, collects the ball out of sight of the ground. Ends up stepping over the boundary line though, under a bit of pressure from Uni Blues. The 21-minute mark of this third quarter. It's Uni Blues 12-8-80. Old Carey 7-6-48. Boundary thrown out of sight of the ground. Williams taken out of the ruck. Kicks it 15 or 20 metres. McQueen Biscampbell couldn't take the mark. Carey player fell over. Good tackle there, applied by Kilda. Ball in dispute, right half forward. No one's able to get it. Umpire calls for it.
Good play from Lockie McQueen-Biscamble, then nudging Caldo under the ball. And Murray, was it?
Yeah, no, Murray took the ball and tripped over.
Yeah. Finish Josh Caldo. So he's ripping.
Here goes Rippert, who takes it from the clear, stoppage. Has another flying shot goal. He's offline though. It's a minus score. He's got 1 goal, 2 today. Marshall Rippert.
Sends Kevy Segoda towards the fence.
12-9-81. Margin 33 points in favour of Blues. 7-6. 48 is old Carey. Get Clyde Hotel scoreboard for Get Lost Travel. 22 minutes in the third.
Well, it's just as well Carey's kicked a couple into the Blues there. It's very nasty.
Well, yeah, and they've still got their go in the last quarter. But,
Roach almost mucked it up. He's set out under a bit of pressure there on the outer side of the ground. Sloan. So Sloan goes to the left boot. McQueen-Biscamble though never slipped over or just lost it in the sun. And mark taken by Williams. It's a handball to Carr. Carr kicks it to the hot spot. Backing back there. Hines almost takes the mark. Cunningham, quick kick out of the pack. Goes through just for one behind. A 34-point lead now to Uni Blues. That's on the Clyde Hotel scoreboard. This third term brought to you by Get Lost Travel magazine.
A bit of time left in this quarter. Time for Blues to kick another pocket on that moment. Clear enough.
you sound like you're hoping for it more than me, Ken.
Just give him a
Yeah.
Stuart Holmes' kick was an ugly one to Murray. Might work out for old Carey. Hand pass from me, hand pass to McLeod. McLeod kicks. So he kicked without looking, and that allows Caldo to come in and take the mark, and he can send it back for Uni Blues. He kicks long into the pocket. Blues plays through at the mark, couldn't bring it down. James over the football. That's James Murray who goes in and wins it. And for a thumb and tackle, we'll have another ball up. Carey need to generate some run and go soon because the game's getting away from them. 34 points to margin, sorry. Hines took it away from the stoppage, got boot to ball, kicked it up towards the full forward line. MacKenzie took it, hand pass away to Cunningham. Cunningham runs one way, then the other, then goes back to Carr. Carr from 30 metres, standing start, and delivers a minus score. Second behind for him. 83 to 48, 12-11 to 7-6 on the Clyde Hotel scoreboard. 24 minutes gone in the third for Get Lost Travel.
Really should have nailed that one, and they have got to take these opportunities. You never know what will happen in the last quarter.
So played 24 minutes in this third quarter. It's Uni Blues 83 on Carey 48.
Also, there's the aspect of mental disintegration as well. You know, if you get enough score up.
So Carey plays break from the huddle. Roach goes to the right foot. Jones flies from the side. Can't get it. Comes to McGovern. McGovern goes to the right foot. Outside 45. Kick on its way. Fades and misses. So that's 3 behinds in a row now for the Uni Blues. Just keeping Carey back in it with their inaccuracy.
Oh, it's a poor kick in from Roach, but Stuart Holmes makes it work, gathers on the half volley, then kicks it out towards McQueen-Biscamble. Working hard with him is Vanderpool. McQueen-Biscamble wanted the boundary line and he got it. Boundary throwing, 25 minutes gone in the third, 84 playing 48. They've extended the margin out to an even 6 goals.
Not an insurmountable lead there, is it?
They only managed 2.
You're a more confident man than I am, John. They've only kicked 7 for the game, so they've got to kick 6 unanswered.
You know,
7 unanswered.
You know as well as I do, everything goes out the window. The pattern of the game goes out of the window in the last quarter of the final, especially when there's wind.
Hayes from the boundary line, from that out of bounds, the ball has another shot at goal, it's another behind.
I mean, the last 2 kicks forward, one from Muggerman, one and then from Pat Hayes as well. They just really need to be kicks at the top of the square to give the forwards a chance there rather than just bombing away. I mean, they do need to get a couple more goals in the bank.
Clyde Hotel scoreboard, 37 points advantage to Blues, 26 minutes gone in the third.
So Cam Howard doing the kicking duties for old Carey. Goes short to Roach. Roach goes on to Stuart Holmes. So they leave the defensive 45 now. Handball back to Howard. Running left foot kick out of sight. And pay to Matt Hart from the outer side of the ground for Uni Blues. He gets a handball to a Townley, who runs under the left boot. Barrel kicks inside 45. Hayes can't collect it, keeps the ball in front of him. Got it now, just inside the boundary line. Goes with a right foot kick, squaring into the middle of the ground. Keeping in front of him is Joel Rice. Happy to see the ball out of bounds.
So the dangerous ball to that area is a much better option than just blazing away at the sticks. Get another look at it now. They have to force it out of bounds.
Just a tweet from old Melbournians Twitter. Carey need the next. The wind doesn't do it for you in finals footy. we would know.
So quick kick out of the back from Uni Blues across the face of goal. Goes out of bounds on the full. It's been the 6th shot at goal the Blues have had in a row without kicking a goal.
They were 12-8-80.
Yeah, they've had 5 behinds and then that one out on the full.
Ball kickable.
Main short to Stuart Holmes.
So they've done well, though, Carey.
Where they're breaking down, they can't get it off this half back line at the
Well,
moment.
it's much the same with Blues in the last quarter with Carey.
Stuart Holmes kicks down the line to a contest. Watts comes from about 4 deep and dumps it over the line and out of bounds as the wind breeze picks up. David Speedy just checking.
Trouble there.
Watts comes to the boundary. I'll get to you back in a second, David. Muggerman steals it. Hawksall was way out of trouble. Hand pass over the top for Hayes. Parker doing some work in the defensive half. Kick around the corner. Slapped over the line by Keldo. We'll have a boundary throw. David, just want to know the health of the benches and how's that breeze going down there?
Pretty similar to what it was in the last quarter, probably about 3 or 4. Jack's fine. He was just cramping. You're right, Johnny.
Ronnie
on the job again.
Williams into James. He's wrapped up in a tackle and we'll have another ball in. 28 minutes gone in the third.
So it's Uni Blues 85, Carey 48, 37-point lead to the warm favourites here in the Premier B Grand Final at Sports Cover Arena. So knocked down, Carey playing, couldn't pick it up. Pick up there by E. Dribbles a kick inside 45. McQueen, Miss Campbell bustling through. Quick kick, didn't look, but good hand by Smithwick. So Smithwick goes on the left foot across the goal. Rhodes couldn't quite get there. Flying fist. Here to Gardner. Across the goal. Patrick Gardner, he now has 2 goals, 1 this afternoon.
And could have handed it off as well.
So that's 6 behinds in a row to Uni Blues and 1 out of bounds on the full. They go to 12-14-86. Carey 7-6-48. Covered almost 29 minutes in this third quarter. That's on the Clyde Hotel.
It'll be a long quarter too, with all the balls going over the fence and kick-outs.
Roach kicks it up towards Jones, held up in the breeze, and Jones is going to get a free kick, being infringed upon in that contest.
No.
Jones, I have to agree with you, I couldn't see where it was. Jones has kicked down the line and Reed finally takes a mark on the lead. So it's a long way from home though. Still behind centre, short pass down the line for Rice. Rice, he goes down the line as well, longer this time, up towards Layla, who flies from behind. Balls to Richardson over the back. He's got Smithwick on his own, 1 out. Smithwick's dangerous, and he takes the mark 10 metres out for goal.
Great mark.
Continues to watch the ball in flight as he was backpedaling there, Smithwick. He can line up from 15 metres out directly in front and kick a much needed goal for Old Carey and get the margin. Well, back to sort of around the 5-goal mark. He's got a couple today, Smithwick. This for his third, and he pops it through. So Old Carey last breakthrough in the 30th minute of the game. 8 goals, 6:54, reducing the margin back to a 32-point break in favour of Uni Blues. 12-14-86. Clyde Hotel scoreboard. Get Lost Travel magazine.
Very similar to the first quarter, where the Blues had kicked 5 goals and the opposition had kicked 3. Exactly the same.
So back in the middle, tick past 30 minutes in this third quarter. Carey looking for just 1 more. Quick kick gets to Parker. Parker, 2 kicks from goal. Goes with the right foot inside 45. Smithwick's got it. He's on the third side for a left footer. I think probably 5 or so metres into the boundary line. He'll be 35 metres out. So this to really give Carey and Smith in the last term, kicking with the breeze. So Smithwick Crosses the 45, kicks from 40, kick on its way, he's pushed it across the face of goal, not going to register a score, comes off hand, still in, now goes out. Right on Richardson, so we'll have boundary throw in, left forward pocket, old Carey in attack.
And in with a chance here, they get one here, they'll go in with a bit of momentum at three-quarter time.
Taroni deep inside Carey's attack, but well done by Nice, who got the clear kick on those. Kicked it out of bounds on the full. Now, who's the closest? Howard runs to it. Is it going to be given to Howard, or is it going to be given to Smithwick?
Kicked it out in the third fairway.
Oh, he did indeed.
Just checked my scoring here, and the score for this quarter is exactly the same as it was in the first quarter from both sides.
Should have taken a provisional. It's Howard, right on 45 on that out of pocket, kicks to the top of the screen. Parker at the back with great moments. Is that Carr going back? Tawney, it might be.
Yeah, it might be.
There's Tawney, he's taken the mark. He comes back to this near side. Jocelyn sits under it. Fly from MacKenzie from behind. He's got hands to it. Murray was there and he pushed him over the boundary line for a throw in. 54 playing 86, 32 points the margin in favour of Blues. 32 and a half minutes gone in the third.
So 12-14, 86 Blues, Carey 8-6-54. 32 and a half minutes, not long in this third quarter left. Would you rather get lost? Treble Magazine. The shove there. Cam Jones. Carey player happy to step out of bounds was Al Reid. And that is the three-quarter time siren. So it's Uni Blues, the warm favourites, leading 12-14, 86 over Carey, 8-6-54 at three-quarter time. We'll take a break, come back with more after this.
Okay, down here with Uni Blues coach Quinton Gleeson. Mate, 32 points up, three-quarter time of the grand final. What do you do from here to finish the game off?
Well, it would have been nice to be 50 points up if we had taken our opportunities, but here it just comes down to execution again. We need serious tackle pressure. We need to make sure we protect the middle and take them off their feet. We reckon that we're running on top of the ground a little bit better than what their guys are, so if we can take them off their feet and get repeat efforts from our midfield guys who are all feeling fairly fresh, we feel we've got the legs to run over the top of them.
Beautiful, good luck, thank you.
Thank you very much, David Speedy, chatting to the coach of Uni Blues, Quinton Gleeson. So, just waiting for the final spectators to clear the ground now. It's a 32-point lead at three-quarter time to Uni Blues. Old Carey net at least the first goal, probably the first two or three, Kevin Trugo.
Yes, I think it's a very similar setup to it was at the change before. I mean, if Blues get away and kick one straight away,
It can be hard.
Make it very
The
difficult.
only thing is, if you've got this lead, and it's a bigger lead than it was in the first quarter, then you know, if you get to within 14 points, it can be difficult, can't it? You know, if you're the side that all of a sudden you've had your lead whittled back from 32 points to 14, you start to get a bit nervous and people get edgy and start to make mistakes. It's different. Whereas, you know, in the second quarter they were just coming into half time.
If it was a 15-point margin, they still have to go and win it, whereas now they could arguably defend the game out. First knock of the way, between Miss Campbell and the ruck contest, but Blues get the clearing kick. Cravine comes away, the bounces, eludes him, goes over the head. Hayes is going to get there, he's kicked it, just bounces inside. And we'll have a boundary throw in just in front of the Uni Blues coaching box there at right half forward for the Blues, leading by 32 points. In the Premier B Grand Final, looking for a first premiership since 2004 Blues. Thrown in at senior level, that is, of course. They won the reserves earlier today. Taken away by Eade, who kicks it long to the top of the square. MacKenzie under it, punched over. He's got it. He's got it. Didn't think he'd get it, but he got the second bite, and he can go back from point-blank range and put the first nail in the old Carey coffin.
Well, he's made a great focal point up there. He's got 4. That was a very, very good mark from the front position.
MacKenzie kicks the goal. He's got 5 today. Fantastic performance from John MacKenzie. 5 goals in the grand final. The Blues, more importantly, get their 13. 13-14, 92. Margin 38 points. Old Carey, 8-6-54.
Talking about
Game
margin.
over.
Talking about margin, Benny Smithwick was on his way through at that centre bounce. He was open out the back, and the ball just didn't bounce right for him. He could have run to the foot, could have run to the, you know, right to the edge of the square there and created havoc down the other end, if not kicking a goal. That's the fine line, the margin.
Yes,
So,
if you're out here, the
so in the middle, Eade takes the footy, runs to 50, kick on its way, goes through to just the one behind. So Uni Blues attacking again.
Took my eyes off it.
They kicked it from 45 too, which is a bad roost.
Kick in. Carey goes straight down the middle of the ground and finds Smithwick, centre half back.
Yeah, he has.
Goes wide to Cremeen. Marks outer side of the ground. Plays on. Kicks it around the corner over the head of Jones. Punched from behind from Watts out of bounds. Outer side of the ground.
Good spoil there. Get it out of bounds, reload, create some pressure around the ball there again.
So throw in outer side of the ground. Miss Campbell knocks it away. Before the ball is Carr. Goes one way, then comes back onto his left. Kicks a high ball up towards half forward. No one went for the mark except for James. He didn't bring it down. On hands and knees working it as McMahon. Somehow got it out and got it up towards full forward. They're under pressure here, Carey. Eads going to run in and kick a goal. And this is the grand final for Blues, and they're going to win it. 14-15, 99 they move to Old Carey, 8-6-54. 3 minutes gone in the last quarter. Blues are home.
Yes, I think that's it.
Yeah, well, great play from Riley McMahon there, out of the pack. It's the best I've seen him play. I think he got out of a lot of traffic there and really affected a good kick on his left foot. And there were two Blues blokes streaming under the pack and got the spill. And it was it Eve that ran in and kicked the goal?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
So 45-point lead to Uni Blues. They've kicked the first two. There's 2 goals of the final quarter.
Yeah.
In the middle, Bongetti. Centre into the space, looking for Rice. Rice can't get it. Belted forward. Vanderpool leading Rice. Vanderpool quite happy to see it out of bounds. So 3 minutes 45 gone in the final quarter. It's Uni Blues 14-15-99, leading by 45 points over Old Carey, 8-6-54. All in attack for Carey. Miss Campbell goes with the boot for the boundary throw and misses. Handball over the top there from McMahon. Not a great handball there for Blues. Cam Jones gets it out here to Parker. Parker hands it back to Roach. Roach goes around the corner, gets it to the top of the square. Who can mark? Watts going back, can't quite get there. Richardson, he's got a piece of it, but the ball's knocked out and goes out of bounds. We'll throw in right forward pocket. The Blues 99, Carey 54. You feel the Blues home here in this one, even early stages of the fourth quarter. Williams knocks it down. Smithwick's got it. He's all wrapped up. No one can get it away. We'll have a ball up.
45 points. They've got to kick 8 unanswered goals to win if they're home.
Yeah, agree. I thought they were home at 3/4.
Taken here from the ruck contest, and Richardson kicks a goal. So nice goal from Richardson. As McQueen Miss Campbell knocked it to his advantage, and Old Carey get a reply. Abercrombie's real estate scoreboard 8-6-54, 9-6-60. Sorry, Old Carey moved to Uni Blues 14-15-99, margin 39.
Well, a good snap, and there's only 4 minutes into the quarter, Andrew, so I wouldn't be going home just yet.
It stands a bit empty here in front of us. Maybe it's just because
well,
there's sun on
it's
it.
cold.
It's changed considerably. We've only got to kick 7 now. It was 8 minutes ago.
So Williams knocks it down. McQueen Miss Campbell gets it though. Kicks it sort of sideways to no one in particular. Adding to the space. Carr's got it. He's been great this afternoon. Handballs it to James. Works his way through. Gets it to Williams. Williams gets it inboard to McMahon. McMahon from outside 45. Kick on its way right to the goal line. But mark taken by Carey. And they'll rebound.
Kick comes to this near side to the Smithwick direction. He threw from behind. McQueen Miss Campbell front centre does the roving. Muggavan read it best though. Chopped it off and then drilled a magnificent goal from 45 metres. 15-15, 105 Blues. They smashed the margin back out to 45 points. 6-minute mark of the final term on the Abercrombie's real estate scoreboard. Old Carey 9-6-60.
Stiff there, Carey. They had possession of the ball. Lockie McQueen Miss Campbell offloaded a handball, but it was well read by Jeremy Muggavan and intercepted it and broke clear. And he's kicked that from 45 on the run, which went straight as a die, unaffected by the wind.
Fantastic kick by Muggavan. He's got 1-1 this afternoon. In the middle, Carr again being sensational this afternoon. Pulls out Blues, go inside 45, and MacKenzie
Both in good play, Ken.
So he's got 5 straight this afternoon. He'll kick for his 6th from 45 metres out. Something better than a 45 degree angle. It's a 45-point lead, the Blues. 15-15, 105. Old Carey 9-6-60. MacKenzie comes in, kicks from the paint at 45, starts at left, stays left, and is knocked through off hands for 1 behind.
Yes.
46 points the margin. Abercrombie's real estate scoreboard, 15-16 to 9-6. Kicking from how it goes to Cremeen. We'll get the round-the-ground scores for the Division 1 Grand Final shortly. Cremeen's got it, kicks it back inboard towards Roach. 15-14, 104. Williamstown to 7, 5-47. Haven't been able to fire a shot today. 16 minutes into the last quarter of that game. Bongetti takes the mark. He's called to play on by the umpire now. Kick is a good one. Up to Parker. Mark's still defensive side of centre. Kick goes wide to the outer side of the ground. McLeod flew for the mark, couldn't bring it down. Alistair Reid gathers it. Throws it on the left boot up towards half forward. Richardson flies with Jones. Fremantle just missed it. He hasn't been able to get his hands on the ball either today, Fremantle. Hart got it for Blues. Kicked up towards the wing. Watts has got the football now. Sends it up towards half forward. Bouncing, well no, it's going to fall in the hands of McMahon. He played on, spun out of trouble, wheeled onto the right, and from 45 metres, kicked a goal. What a beautiful goal that was. Riley McMahon. The Blues, it's party time now for them. As they send the mark to 52 points. 16-16, 1-12, 12 Carey 9-6, 68.5 minutes gone in the final term. Abercrombie's real estate scoreboard.
Yeah, well, personally...
Great game, wasn't it?
Yeah, personally really pleased for Riley. He had suffered some sadness, some tragedy a couple of years ago, and he's down in Melbourne with his family up in Canberra, and he's just struggled, but he's really coming to his own this year, and that's just fantastic to see him doing so well.
So Blues again, out of the middle. Matt Hart, free kick, going towards Blues. So they go inside 45, umpire pulls the ball back though. So 52-point lead to Blues, travelled 9 minutes through in this final quarter, brought to you by McDonald's Family Restaurants. That's the Abercrombie's real estate scoreboard. So Blues inside 45. What a mark, he's got it again.
Fantastic,
MacKenzie just plucked it out of the sky. So this time he'll kick the goal directly in front, 35 metres out. So still looking for goal number 6.
That was a super mark.
Was it?
So MacKenzie kicks from 35 metres out, directly in front, straight through the middle. So Tom MacKenzie take a bow, 6 goals in a grand final. Magnificent performance, and Blues steep further ahead. They go to 17-16, 118. Then Old Carey 9-6-60, 10 minutes gone, 4th and final quarter, brought to you by McDonald's Family Restaurant.
I think what we are seeing here is sort of talking about potentially happening at half time and then three-quarter time. It's been a solid campaign for Carey, and I mean, Blues are playing a great last quarter, but they're just running on top of the ground, and Carey looking so.
Here goes Tawney, believed to be in his last game for Blues, and kicks it up towards centre half forward Hayes. Couldn't quite win that battle though, and Cremeen comes away with it. Kicks out towards Joslin, who's wrapped up in heavy bandaging around his head. Just looked a bit sore and tired, Old Carey, after a couple of tough finals to make it through. But they can certainly be satisfied with their season, getting back to Premier in their first attempt. Thrown in, free kick going to go McQueen, Miss Campbell's way, is it, from that ruck contest against Williams?
I think Williams was hoping he'd get it for the Shepherd.
Yeah. McQueen, Miss Campbell fires a hand pass to Rice, who goes to Howard. Howard spins around and kicks on the left boot up towards Jones. Watts at the back, and unable to take the mark. Hart. Watts slapped it towards the boundary line, will have a boundary throw in. 58 points the margin. A few cars make for the exits. Williams knocked it down to Summers, who has been pretty good at times today. Gets it to Cunningham. He feigned a hand pass, then kicked it long up towards Caldo. Almost one-handed, took it. Couldn't quite do so. Hand pass over the top might work out here for James. Runs one back into trouble, then wheels around and passes to the pocket. Sits up for Muggerman. Muggerman off a step. Drilled on the goal. Oh, no, hits the post. It looked like a great kick. 17-17, 119 Uni Blues. Old Carey 9-6-60, 59 points the margin. 11 minutes into the last for McDonald's.
So Roach plays on. No one stands the mark for Uni Blues. Goes straight up the middle of the ground, almost to the centre. Cunningham knocks it away. Howard tries to knock it forward. This occasion, Butler. Handball to a teammate. Spinning out of trouble there is Summers. Goes to the left foot pass. Diving there is MacKenzie. Just pitched in front of them and bounced awkwardly. Roach happy to see it out of bounds. Throw in left forward pocket. So 59-point lead to Uni Blues. 119 plays 60. 12.5 minutes in this fourth and final quarter. Brought to you by McDonald's Family Restaurants. Uni Blues seeking to further extend the lead. In attack, Queen Miss Campbell knocks it down to Smithwick. Diving in there, good tackle applied by Cam Howard. Calls for it, and umpire says yes, you can have it for holding the ball against Eade of Uni Blues. So Howard, the skipper, had a bit more of it on the second half, but certainly not as much as last week.
Hand pass to Corto, hand pass to Roach, hand pass to Smithwick, back to Corto, hand pass to Fremantle. His little chip kick's okay for McQueen Miss Campbell, who marks in the centre of the ground. Hand pass back to the running Fremantle. Hand passes to Joslin. Joslin kicks a pass to the pocket. Reed got it. No mark paid. Seen it bounced.
Yeah,
the other
he was in good position.
Going to call in and have a ball up. So Reed unable to claim the mark. Crowd on the hill thinned a little bit. He wins that knockout though. Williams does the roving on this occasion, and he gets a free kick for being taken too high. So Williams with the free. Hand passes to Hart. It's going to have to go back. It was 25 metres as well for a bit of arguing against Steve Fremantle. It's linked generous 25 as well. So Blues could reload off half back through Hart.
So Hart punches up the line, off hands Smithwick. Gets the intercept, goes out of bounds now. In front of Gardner. So a good battle with Sloane this afternoon.
Been a very even performance from Blues. A lot of contributors throughout the day. People have come up and done their job when they've needed to.
MacKenzie up forward's been a focal point. So Carey here, Smithwick goes with the left foot. Going to go inside 45. No one home though. Wants. So Markey perhaps should have taken Bongetti with a toe poke. Townley. It's a hand pass there to a teammate in Carr. Carr gets it to Hart. Hart goes across the back flank. Onto a teammate who gets it to Townley. Townley out of sight of the ground. Hines can't take it. Just nudged under it by his Carey opponent. Does well at ground level though. Gets it to Carr. Handballs on here to McMahon. McMahon goes inside 45, not quite. And mark taken there by Joel Rice at right half back for Carey.
Forced to go back from the direction it came, has a couple of running bounces, runs wide and sends a long ball over the head of Jones, and Watts goes back and takes the mark. Unable to fire a shot too at the moment.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot to do at centre half back. He's not in the game as much as as he used to be when he was in the ruck or centre half forward. He just doesn't seem to
short pass finds McMahon.
Impose himself, but the other side of it is his body's in good nick.
McMahon kicks along the line. It's a good looking kick. It's okay, and James takes the mark or gets the free kick. It's the mark that was paid. He can now kick it inside. Old Carey have just become a bit lacklustre with their manning up, their marking late in this game. Kick over the back of the pack off hands. Hines' little hand pass was good to Muggerman. He might fancy himself another chance here. He gathers the football, runs around, snaps goal, but is just offline for a minor score. So Muggerman with another behind. He's got 1 goal, 2 today. Blues 17-18, 120. Margin and even 10 goals at the moment. Over Old Carey 9-6-60. That's on the Abercrombie's Real Estate scoreboard for McDonald's. 16 minutes into the last.
And again, the situation continues with the side kicking with the wind in the last quarter, taking their time to get.
So Rice pings it back into Murray. Handballs to Howard. Howard has a run, has a couple of bounces, swings onto the truckie left boot. Almost a perfect pass to Richardson. Can't quite get there though. All dispute on the wing. Comes out to Blues. Quickly for Van der Pol. Goes up the line to Gardner. Gardner goes with the right foot pass. Looking for Summers, and he's got there. Just inside the boundary line. Anywhere the 45 arc intersects with the boundary line. Very tricky kick this, but Feel free to have a shot when you're 10 goals in front.
There's been a couple of beauties kicked in his pocket today.
That's impossible from there.
John Canis has
I reckon
called
he's
it.
a chance.
Summers, kick on its
Yeah.
way, and hasn't troubled the scorers. Out of bounds on the full.
Great call, Johnny.
So no change to the score. Uni Blues 17-18, 120, lead by an even 10 goals over Carey, 9-6-60. Played 17 minutes, fourth and final quarter.
Roach to Howard. He's got Murray on short if he wants to use him. Goes short instead to the other pocket. Finds Cremeen. Who marks, takes on Gardner. Hand pass back inboard for Roach. Roach's kick is okay to Rice. Still at half back. He kicks long along the line. Bouncing ball. Eludes everyone except for Hart, who trapped it, gave it to Hines by hand. Hines over the top to Carr. Carr runs away, and on the left foot, a wobbly ball goes up towards Summers, gathers beautifully on the bounce. Hand pass back and forward, although he took it over the boundary line before he got the hand pass away. So 18 minutes into the last quarter, Blues by 10 goals here in the Premier B Grand Final over Old Carey.
So almost 18 minutes travelled in this final quarter. Sorry, Johnny.
I was just saying David Speedy had his arm up down there. Might get him in a second. There's another stoppage like now, for instance.
Dave, down the boundary line.
I was just going to add, just like Uni Blues, I don't think John Canis has missed a beat today. Every set shot, I reckon you've got everyone right, Johnny.
Well, he's about to be observed as the last coach of Uni Blues senior premiership side. Ready to handle over that mantle, Johnny. Got about 10 minutes to go.
Yes. Oh, there you go.
Sort of ceremonial handover there to Quinton Gleeson.
Johnny, did you want to come down here and do the after-game interviews?
Nah. Oh. I don't think so.
What are plans for tonight, John? Do you know?
I'm going to try and avoid a hangover, Andrew. I can possibly just looking, casting my eyes over the masses down there. It'll be very hard to get away and sneak out the back door, I think.
So free kick going to Cole Crowther for Carey. The boundary throw. He's taking it right half back. Pops it up the line. Vickers Willis punches it away. Carr. Geez, he's been fantastic this afternoon. Gets it to Watts. Watts from a step. Always gets it to Calder. Can't quite mark it. Good tackle applied for Uni Blues there. And umpire calls for it. We'll have a ball up, out of sight of the ground, 19.5 minutes played.
Tough time for the old Carey boys. You know, like they've had a great final series. They've won their way back up, and just to sort of sit there and have to suffer the 20 minutes that Blues broke the back of the game in this last quarter is not great fun.
Hayes takes it from the contest, kicks it up towards half-forward Hines. Won the football. Hand pass back there towards Markovan, was it? He has a snapping shot towards goal.
Who was it?
James it was, in fact. Mark James kicked the goal. But he snapped it on his right boot, through for another one. So Blues move on to 18-18, 126 over to Old Carey, 9-6-60. 20 minutes gone into the last quarter. Abercrombie's Real Estate scoreboard for McDonald's Family Restaurants on 96.5 in FM.
Oh, Quinton got it right there at three-quarter time when he said he feels like that, you know, the Blues guys are running on top of the ground, and that the midfielders felt pretty fresh, and it certainly has panned out that way. That the whole side seems to be full of run.
So going away from the here, Blues by 66 points here, dying stages of this one. Around the grounds thanks to Sky Home and Dandy Long. Full time in Division 1, Williamstown, CYMS, 16-14, 110. Big win over Terry Penola, 8-6-54. Blues steaming away out of the middle. It's Marshall Rippon, kicks it to the top of the square. Mark taken. Summers has got it. And this, a fair bit easier shot at goal than his last one.
Yes.
And he will be looking for his third this afternoon from directly in front, only 15 or 20 metres out.
A great bit of play from Marshall Rippon out of the guts there, and kicked well. Pete Summers, the smart player that he is in front, got the tumbling ball.
So Summers, kick on its way. Quite close to his left, and he's actually missed it. So Summers, 2 goals, 1 this afternoon. Blues go to 18-19, 127, leading Carey 9-6-60. 21 minutes gone. Fourth and final quarter brought to you by McDonald's Family Restaurants.
Kick in to Jolson, finds it, and then he goes on and finds Stuart Holmes. Stuart Holmes has a bounce and runs across the face of goal. Rippon's closing in on him. He goes across to Rice. Rice takes the mark.
Don't need that at this stage of the game. Getting bowled over like that.
when the sting's completely gone out of it.
Yeah, your body's not ready for it. Bang!
Rice's kick goes to McLeod. McLeod's been given a free kick for an indiscretion on him as he went for the mark. Kicked up towards McQueen with Campbell over his head. Crashing through there, Tawny. Hand passes to
Highlight.
the running Cunningham, and Cunningham gets it out the back to Hayes. Hayes wheels around and kicks it to Summers, who marks and can have another shot at goal. How does he find himself in that much space in the forward line like that? But Summers can go back and have another attempt. He's got a couple today, a couple of beautiful running goals from 45 metres to Pete Summers at the start of the first and at the start of the second.
Perhaps he's learned from his previous two misses.
Perhaps he has.
I didn't learn from mine.
No, he has. No, he hasn't at all. Off the side of the route and just sneaks it in for a minor score. Pete Summers 2-2. For Summers today. 18-20, 128 Uni Blues, 9 Carey, 9 Old Carey, 9-6-60. It's the second time we've done that. 9-6-60 Old Carey. Abercrombie's real estate scoreboard.
So 68-point lead. Carey comes straight back down the middle of the ground. Quick taken there by Muggerman. Gets inside 45. Teammate there, Summers, was fighting for it. Can't get it. Diving there is Hayes. He's wrapped up by Fremantle. And umpire calls for it. We'll have a ball up. So travelled 23 minutes in this final quarter. It's a 68-point lead to Blues. They're going to have a big win in the Premier B Grand Final and play in Premier Section Football 2015 as the B Grade Grand Final winners. Ball in dispute now here at ground level. Handball there from Gardner. Oh, into the running player.
He's missed it too.
James has missed it. That went into the car. I reckon that went into the window of the car. It did indeed.
It did. He's pushing it out of the passenger seat.
Yeah, there it goes. Comes out. So Mark James.
Just followed the window down.
Yeah.
I thought it was going through from behind, but I didn't almost believe it. But he has missed 18-21, 129 Blues. Carey 9-6-60.
Rice's long kick in, finds Murray. As Alistair Reid comes away with it. Kicks it. Oh, big play and Mark.
What a beauty.
Oh, no, he's played for a push in the back.
How can you do that?
Did use his hands and a little bit of leverage.
No
but-
sense of occasion.
I didn't think he did anything wrong except mark the ball.
Oh,
I'd like to see that again.
Kick comes in up towards Reid, is it? Who's got the mark at full forward for Carey from the free kick from Jones.
I don't reckon he pushed him at all.
not at all. And it didn't matter that he did. If you take the mark, it doesn't matter.
And we don't have hands in the back in the VAFA as a rule, so I'm not sure what it was for. It was a great mark. Well, for us, it was a mark at least.
Well, the replay will be on.
We'll have a look at the replay later on.
Tuesday night it's on.
Well, Tuesday night it is on Channel 31, and if you're watching this, you're watching it on Channel 31. Here goes Reid from 40 metres out, pretty much directly in front. He pushes it across the face of goal for a minor score. Jared Reid has 1 goal, 1 today. Old Carey, 1 goal, 1 this term. 9-7-61. They are Uni Blues 18-21, 129, 25 minutes into the last quarter of the Premier B Grand Final.
Great kick.
Jack Townley. Raking left foot kick. No one can get it. Vickers Willis is tracking it back. It's a little handball there to Cunningham. He can't pick it up. Cam Howard over there. He's wrapped up as well. So ball up.
Anyone in particular you want me to grab after the game, John?
Oh, come on.
That young lady over there.
So thrown in Crowther. Flicks it over his head. Can't get it down to anyone. Ball goes out of bounds. No, Howard manages to keep it in. Carrying it inside 45. Comes here to Richardson. Richardson standing start. Left foot kick across the face of goal. Mark taking the last line of defence. Watts.
And if
and
I
he
was
goes
Jack,
on to
I might
Townley.
have asked the umpire if that one was all right.
Yeah, I reckon he might have as well. Watts got it to Townley, who got it to the running car, who has a bounce and then kicks on the left boot. Gave a task to Hayes, couldn't quite get there in the end. Rippon did brilliantly, rode the bump from Rice, played on. His kick was partially smothered on the way through. Over the back, it might be work out for Carey. They're going to be under pressure though. Cremeen, hand pass to Roach. Roach goes back to Parker. A composed kick from him, and Parker runs away from a half back for Old Carey up to Reid on the outer side of the ground, and Watts has given away another free kick to Reid on this occasion, pulling his jumper.
So Reid hasn't had a great afternoon, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah. No, he doesn't get into the game enough, does he?
No, it's probably the similar sort of game to what he had last week in the preliminary final, you'd say. So he's gone short and finds Parker, who marks in front of Will Cunningham. Kicking with the breeze. Probably Peps might be still just a little far out. And he fancies his chances. No, he elects to pass. Oh, that's a terrible kick. And mark taken there by Gardner, centre half back for Uni Blues.
Yeah, I think it was for Jones. Hart receives the hand pass, kicks away to this near side. He just spilt the mark, but it didn't matter. He played on and had a bounce running along the boundary line. In front of our broadcast position, his kick was a bad one. Oh, through the hands of McQueen Campbell. You don't see that very often as Alistair Reid mops up at the back. Oh, his hand pass has been turned over though. James gathers it, hand passes back to Carr. Go on, kick a goal, Carr. Shawnee Carr does so and kicks a wonderful goal to cap off what's been a fantastic grand final for him. And Uni Blues go on to 19-21, 135 over Old Carey, 9-7-61. Abercrombie's real estate scoreboard.
Yeah, well, you said it, Andrew. He's had a fantastic game. He's a very, very good player. He, another kid from the under-19s, I think, in the last couple of years, but he's quite a serious player. I reckon. He's done well. So, good goal, good finish, and really the siren can't come quickly enough for Carey. It's been a tough last quarter for them.
So the longest quarter of the year, this.
So McKenzie's got 6, but they've got 11 goal kickers, Uni Blues. They go inside 45 again. Mark taken by Hayes on this occasion.
It's target practice down there at the moment.
So Hayes, I've got him down for 3 behinds this afternoon. So he's seeking to become Blues' 12th individual goal kicker. They lead 135-61. Big win in the Premier B Grand Final. Really caps off their season. 15-3, finished top of the ladder. Kick on its way from Hayes, bending right to left, and goes through for 1 behind. So 11 individual goal kickers remain for Uni Blues. And they lead 136 to Carey 61.
75 points to the margin to Blues. Hayes has got 4 behinds today.
Yeah, his kick's been a bit off. Although that was well hit then, but
Rice kicks it out. Murray and McQueen Miss Campbell spoiled each other. Winning it, Murray though, got it to Parker. And they've swept it forward. Comes to Howard.
Here's a goal.
Howard runs to the edge of the square, kicks a long goal. There you go. And a lovely goal from the middle of the ground for Cam Howard. His second of the afternoon. Carey get their 10th. 10-7, 67. They are margin back to 69 points. Uni Blues 19-22, 136.
And a lovely piece of officiating there by Kev Sakota, the goal umpire. He just moved to the side and gave it the escort in, watched it the whole way through, and then moved back to the centre of the goal and put both arms up. 700 games worth of experience from Kev Sakota. Been a great amateur man.
I thought you could have given the commentary about Cam Howard's
Cam Howard, it's a great, through the middle of the ground. I said as soon as he got it, it was going to be a goal, you could see.
So 69-point lead to Uni Blues. They go inside 45 again through Summers. Kicks it to the top of the square. McKenzie, can he get it? Ground level, he's fighting for it. Ball in dispute now. Comes out to Eade and strolls into an open goal and kicks it. So Eade kicks his second for the afternoon. And Blues pile on yet a little more pain for Old Carey. They go to 20-22. 142, leading Carey 10-7-67.
No doubt, Kenny, it's a much better game when sides are kicking goals, isn't it? No, it's good to see, good work through the lines, finished off, at the other end of the ground. So good goal from Eade, and he's got better as the game's gone on. He was good early with his pressure, and he started to win more ball as it's gone along, and he's been a good player over the 2 finals.
Siren sounds, and Uni Blues are premiers of Premier B. 31 minutes that quarter went to. And they win by 75 points. 20-22, 142, defeating Old Carey 10-7-67. A fantastic season capped off by a premiership for Uni Blues. Their first since 2004. Quinton Gleeson, his first as a premiership coach. Congratulations to University Blues. Chris, I'll hand over to you to get the goal kickers, and I've got to get down to do the formal ceremonies. And Ken and John, fantastic game of football. Look forward to hearing your comments about the game, but well done to Uni Blues, John, and well done to you and your club as well.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew, and to Carey. Great effort for Carey, bouncing back. As we said before the game, just focus on them for a minute. Coming off a season where they only won 1 game in Premier Division last year, to come through and actually do well enough, regroup in the off-season and win enough games to finish in the finals and then play well enough through the finals, they should be congratulated. And, they were right in the game until three-quarter time. But, Blues have been a very good side throughout the year. And it just seemed to me that the solid final series had caught up with them and they hadn't been able to really make a mark in the last quarter.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'd agree with what you've said there because they've had a hard run to hoe over the final series and thoroughly deserved win to Uni Blues, who were the outstanding side in the competition.
So
Prem B this year, no question about
So
that.
to recap, Uni Blues, they led at every change, led by 18 points at quarter time, 14 points at half time, 32 points at three-quarter time, and the final margin of 75 points. So they had 11 individual goal kickers, Uni Blues, 6 to Tom MacKenzie, 2 to Summers, 2 to Patrick Gardner, 2 to Riley McMahon, 2 to Ryan Eade, and singles to Marshall Rippon, Mark James, Jeremy McGovern, Sean Carr, Dirk Hines, and Josh Calder. For the losers, it was 3 goals to Ben Smithwick, 2 to Matt Laidlaw, singles to Reed, Cam Howard, Cam Jones, and Lachlan McLeod. As the Uni Blues team gather in the centre of the ground, we might take this opportunity to take a break and come back with all the celebrations.
Your local McDonald's is...
And the match of the day has been run and won, and it was the Premier B Grand Final. Uni Blues 20-22, 142 over Carey, 10-7-67.
David Speedy, I think, has got one of the Blues players, Matt Tawney.
I do. I have Matt Tawney down here. We're speaking before the game. Johnny Canis believes that you're probably the only player who's now played in 2 senior premierships at Uni Blues in the history of the club. How does it feel? Does it feel much different from when you were a young whippersnapper 10 years ago?
Yeah, well, obviously the first one was when I was a 19-year-old under Johnny, and out here we knocked off St Bernard. So 10 years between drinks. It's certainly been a long time coming, but just fantastic to be a part of it as a young bloke, and now as an old bloke and watching the young blokes celebrate.
Yeah, well done, Matty. Congratulations.
Thanks, Johnny.
Great contribution, nice and steady there throughout the day, and I'm thrilled for you. How did you feel at three-quarter time?
Yeah, Gleeso really backed us in. I mean, we ran over the top in the second semi against St Kevin's, and he backed us in and just said, put the foot to the floor, back yourselves in, and you saw obviously what happened in the last.
So a bit of party time there in the last quarter.
Absolutely. I think everyone was trying to get a goal, and Big T ended up with 6. So
yeah,
there's always stories in each of these games, and they'll be long told, I'm sure.
Yeah, and look at some of the young players today, Sean Carr obviously, but someone that I was really rapt with his performance was Riley McMahon.
Yeah, Riley actually played with a broken hand today too, so he'll be going in for surgery in the next couple of weeks. But
if he played that well during the year, I mean, to me, it was a breakout game for him. I mean, I always thought he had plenty of ability, but for reasons of fitness and going home to Canberra.
He certainly loves the days at Alston Week. He just puts his head over the ball, gets it running, moving forward. And he's had a few hamstring problems throughout the year, but yeah, like you said, breakout game for him.
Yeah, that's great. All right. Well, Kenny,
Oh no, Matt, congratulations to Ken Petrucco.
Thanks, Ken.
I was there at that other grand final that you participated.
Kicked 4 goals in that one, Matt, did you not?
I probably had a better day out that day, but I mean, it means a lot to win it with another bunch of guys, and that could be it for me, who knows.
Well, you did it with style, I've got to say. The last quarter was a fantastic performance, so well done, and
thanks,
enjoy the fruits of victory, eh? And I know the man alongside me is going to, I think we'll be having a glass of red very shortly.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Good on you, mate.
Cheers.
What Alistair Stewart Holmes
Start
also
the presentations for the Premier B Grand Final. Firstly, commiserations to old Carey, a fantastic season for you guys. To Glenn and the team, and Paul, fantastic to get promoted back to Premier Section at your first attempt. And a huge effort today. To University Blues, congratulations on a great season. Also bouncing back with the premiership. So it's a great result for you. Congratulations to the whole club with Joe and Quinton as well, leading the side back to Premier Section. We'll start today's presentations by awarding the medals to the umpires officiating in today, and I'll ask the General Manager of Football and Umpiring at the VAFA, Mr. Brian Goodman, to come up and make the presentations of the medals to today's officiating umpires, commencing with our goal umpires, Anthony Damon and Kevin Sagoda. Our boundary umpires today, Hugh Bennett, Jordan Gowers and Jack Punchin. And our field umpires today, Sam Levine, Grant Wardrope and Tom Winlow. Thanks again to our umpires. Well done today on your work in the field and in the goals and the boundary. Toward the best on-ground medal, the Ian Cordner medal. We've got Ian Cordner here to present it. So I'll ask Ian Cordner to come forward. And the best on-ground medal is a combined vote from the umpires and people up in the stands, including VAFA Chairman Michael Hazel and I think the Inter FM media team. From University Blues, the Ian Cordner medalist with his 6 goals in a grand final, 33, Tom MacKenzie. I'd now like to ask the University Blues President, Mr. Joe Sturrock, come and present the Premiership medallions to the University Blues players. Number 1, Cam Williams. Number 2, Jack Townley. Number 3, Matt Hart. Number 4, Marshall Rippon. Number 6, Mark James. Number 7, Jeremy Muggerman. Number 10, Pete Summers. Number 11, Hugh Vickers-Willis. Number 16, Paddy Hayes. Number 19, Matt Tawney. Number 23, Sean Carr. Number 24, Will Cunningham. Number 25, Angus Nice. Number 28, Paddy Gardner. Number 31, James Vanderpoel. Number 32, Riley McMahon. Number 33, our Cordner medalist, Tom MacKenzie. Number 38, Ryan Eade. Number 39, Dirk Hines. Number 52, Josh Keldo. Number 55, Lewin Butler. And the captain, number 12, Jack Watts. And the coach, Quentin Gleeson.
Good to say.
Guys, first of all, thanks to the VAFA for a great day for Benny and Shoal. Thank you. To old Carey, you're a formidable opponent. Coxie, you're an unbelievable player when I used to play against you. And Cam and Ben and Lockie, I've had a fair bit to do with, and Ricey over the years, and you're a fantastic bunch of players. And we have the utmost respect for you guys, and I'm sure that next year you'll be a formidable opponent next year, so well done, mate. To our guys, it's not really my place to say thank you, but I'll say congratulations to particularly the blokes that have given a fair bit to us this year, to the coaching crew, to the medicos, to Carmo, Tony, Mick, Westy, Bernie. You've done so much for us this year, and we really appreciate it. To Reedy and JK, to Leathers and G-Bomber, to Joey and the match committee, the parents of this fantastic group of players and the club in general, family, friends, to Melbourne Uni Sport and the major sponsors, and obviously the fantastic bunch of players that represented the club today were unbelievable in showing so much great pride for this club and the jumper and delivering on the big stage. So well done, boys.
I'd now like to invite the President of the VAFA, Mr. Michael Hazel, to present the Premiership Cup to the Premier B Premiers in 2014, University Blues.
Which will no doubt be pride of place in the club rooms and in the homes of many of those 22 individuals who took the field this afternoon. So fantastic win to Uni Blues, are the dominant side in Premier B in season 2014. They win the grand final by 75 points, 20-22, 142. Old Carey 10-7, 67. Will join them next year playing in Premier Section 2015.